Hey there, Vicky. Is now a good time to talk? I actually had a little thing that I wanted to ask you. Oh, hey there, Lana. Don't tell me that you're about to ask for what I think you are. Again. Oh, but come on, you know how important this is to me, and I don't have anyone else that I can go to about this. I understand that, but it's not like you're asking for some kind of simple favor that's just one and done. I know, but you have to know that it's not like I want to have to ask you like this, right? It's just that you've always been someone that I can count on, and I really, really need your help right now. You know I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't serious, right? You say that, but I'm just wondering if you really tried everything that you can do first. Because I just feel like you and your husband are always asking me for favors. And the last time when you came to ask me if I could give you any money, you said it would be the last time that you asked for anything. I know I said that, but that was only because I thought that things were going fine with Rick and his job search. Needless to say, things did not exactly go as we hoped they would. Well, look, I'm not trying to say that Rick hasn't or isn't trying really hard to look for a job or anything like that. But do you think you can really say that you're doing everything possible to support him as well? I mean, I would think that since the both of you work, there should be at least some wiggle room financially. But I am trying. I'm working really hard to do everything that I can, but the thing is that I just can never get enough shifts at work. And I think that my boss is actually trying to keep me from working sometimes. Actually, I guess I should tell you that I quit my job because I thought my boss was bullying me. But this always happens. My bosses come on to me and then get mad when I turn them down, and so then they cut my hours. I'm sorry, Lana, but just to make sure that we're on the same page, you are 33 years old, right? Yeah, I am, but what does any age have to do with anything that I've been telling you here, Vicky? Well, I wonder if it might not just have more to do with your personality than being some kind of the way to get back at you. No, I am telling you that I am trying really hard. I really want things to work out. None of this is my fault. It's all other people trying to bully me into doing whatever they want me to do. Besides, the thing that you don't seem to understand is that I'm just prettier than the other people my age. I guess you wouldn't understand that, but this is something that I've just had to deal with all my life. Well, I think that some of that might just be in your head. I mean, if you really think that you're always the prettiest in the room, then maybe look around a little more. Besides, I already know that it's not exactly like you like working. You've already talked about how if you could, you would make it so that you never have to work again. Okay, so maybe some of that is true, but that still doesn't mean that I'll refuse to work and the situation calls for it. Wait a second, that reminds me. You said that you had some business partner of yours whose CEO was looking for a secretary, right? You know, that's the kind of job that sounds just perfect to me. I think I would make a really great secretary now that I think about it. Huh? You make it sound as if being a secretary has been a dream job of yours or something. But I also wonder if that's because you don't quite understand just how much work that would actually entail. I mean, it really isn't an easy position, and if you're just picturing sitting around at a desk all day, then you've got things very wrong. Well, then what if you hired Rick for your company? After all, you are the CEO, so you should be able to make that happen easily, right? I mean, on paper, yes, I could make that happen. But given that I would be hiring my brother-in-law, that wouldn't look very good on me. But Rick is more than welcome to apply to the company and go through the hiring process if he wants. The only thing that I know you've told me about how Rick can have angry outbursts and has a habit of sloughing off his work onto others. Not only that, but you've also told me that he's gotten into trouble for taking time off without telling anyone beforehand. He's just a very idiosyncratic guy, that's all. I promise you that he's not really as bad as he sounds. Look, I understand the position you're in, and this pains me to say this, but maybe you should rethink your relationship with Rick. Vicky! What is the matter with you? How could you even say something like that to me? You really think that I should leave my husband just because he doesn't make a ton of money? I honestly can't believe that I'm hearing something like that from my own sister. You do know that it's not like I married him for his money-making skills in the first place, right? I married him because I love him. Okay then, Lana, if you two really love each other so much, then it makes it all the more difficult to believe that the two of you have really exhausted every option to support one another. I'm sorry, Vicky, I'm really not trying to pick a fight with you over this. Look, I'll go and try to find another job, I promise. I just need a little support, and that's all that I really want to ask of you, okay? I really do want to help you, and I want to believe that this time it will be different, but we've done this song and dance so many times before. Please, I promise you that this time really is going to be different. You have my word. I mean, you know that we have to take care of Erin. She just started high school, so that fact is at the top of all our other expenses. We've also got a growing teenage daughter to help put through school. Did you know that Erin didn't even have a cell phone? Wait a second, your daughter is in high school and she doesn't have a cell phone? We just can't afford it. It's not that we don't want to give her one, but we just can't make it work. But what about even a simple data plan with a really basic phone? It's really important for a girl her age to be able to stay in contact with her friends. You have to at least get her a cell phone, Lana. Well, I am telling you that we just can't afford it. Although you could always buy her a phone and pay for her plan if you wanted to. Okay, fine, I can do that. I'll go and pick out a phone and buy a SIM card, and then I'll send it to your house. Just ask Erin what kind of phone she wants. Well, I'm really happy that you want to help out your niece so badly, but there's still the question of how you can help Rick and I. I think that you're asking me for a lot of trust right now, Lana. I mean, every time I've helped you in the past, you stop talking to me completely until you need more help. You really don't do a good job of making the people who help you feel like they're appreciated beyond what they can do for you. Well, if you want me to call you and talk to you more often, you should have just said so. I promise to keep you updated about my job hunt, and I'll let you know if I find anything. I mean, did you know that we can't even afford to pay all of our utility bills? So now it's a matter of choosing between water, electricity, or gas this month. Okay, I get it, but I want you to know that I am not giving this money to help you and Rick, but to help your daughter. But this really is going to be the last time that I help you out. I mean it. You need to find a real job and support your family. Thank you so much. I really am sorry for this. I know that I'm always bothering you for help, but I want to let you know that we really appreciate it. I mean, you know that I had to drop out of high school to have Erin, so I never even got my diploma. I'm sure that you must think I'm an idiot. Lana, of course I don't think that you're an idiot. I don't think that at all. But I think you need to learn to work just a little bit harder. And if your level of education really bothers you, then have you ever thought of getting a GED or something like that? I'm sure that having a document like that would help a lot with finding jobs that you would like more. I just don't even know if there would be any point in all that and me getting something like that at my age and where I'm at in life. I think that whether or not it's worth it is up to the individual to decide for themselves. But you should know that there are a lot of jobs to be had out there, and they're not all bad. Either way, I think getting a GED could only help improve your situation. You really think so? Well, okay, I'll go a little more thinking about it in that case. I suppose you're right. I can't always be relying on you to come and help me when I need it. Well, I just hope that you and Rick can find jobs that work well for you soon. Even if you don't work full-time, even a few part-time jobs can go a long way. But the important thing is that you're both working. You understand that, right? Yes, I understand completely. If you wouldn't mind just sending the money to the usual account that you've sent it to in the past. And thanks again for everything. It really does mean so much to me. Hey there, Vicky. I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind sending us another $2,000? Wait, what? But I just gave you all some money last month, didn't I? Yes, you did, but I decided to take your advice and go for getting my GED. There's an online course that I've started taking to study for the test and everything. Wait, really? You mean you actually listened to advice that I had to give you? That's a little surprising. Well, I really took it to heart. I want to change myself and be able to feel more confident. I think feeling like I finally finished high school is going to be a huge step for me in doing that. Besides, I can't always be relying on you and Rick for everything now, can I? Well, if that's really what you need some extra money for, then I guess I can make an exception and help you. But you have to promise me that you're going to follow through with this and that you won't quit in the middle. Yes, that's completely fair. I promise that I won't do any of that and I'll see the whole thing through. By the way, have you heard at all from Erin lately? Yes, actually I got a message from her recently and I realized just how long it had been since we last talked. It was really nice to catch up with her. That's great to hear. Did she say anything to you at all? Well, we talked about a lot of different things. Is there something in particular that you're asking about? I just mean was just polite and well-behaved in what she was talking to you about? Yeah, of course she was. She was telling me about what she wanted to do after high school and stuff like that. Oh, I see. So that's what the two of you were talking about. She doesn't talk about any of that with Rick and I. But I guess she doesn't really think much of us as parents. I think she sees right through our money problems. Lana, please, you shouldn't put yourself down like that. I mean, you're the one raising Erin, and I think that's a feat in itself. I know, but having Erin was the whole reason that our parents decided to take me out of their will completely. Well, that's not entirely fair, right? I mean, Mom was helping you at first, but you told her not to tell you what to do, and then you ran away. I know, but I was just so young and stupid then. I really didn't know at all what I was getting myself into. I know, but even so, you made the choice yourself, and that choice still has consequences today. But I really don't think that I could have done what you did. Maybe I just hate change too much. Who knows, maybe that's why I don't have a boyfriend. Vicky, I really am sorry if I had said some rude things the last time that we talked. You know that I wasn't trying to fight with you at all, right? Oh, it's okay. I know that you were just being honest with me. Besides, I'm sure having to ask for help just naturally makes you more defensive. I think you might be right about that, but I want you to know that I really am going to try from here on out. And I have a really good feeling about how things are going to work out. I know it's going to be difficult and challenging, but I'm actually excited for the first time in a long time to be learning something. I just want to be a mom that my daughter can be proud of. Well, I think that if those are the feelings behind you making this choice for yourself, then there's no way you can fail. You have my full support in this, okay, Lana? Thank you so much, Vicky, but it's not just Erin. I want to be a daughter that Mom and Dad can be proud of, too. All my life I've relied on you whenever I needed help. I can't imagine that Mom and Dad have any reason to feel proud of anything I've accomplished. Well, I'm sure that doing this is really going to help your relationship with our parents. And I'll be there to support you all the way through, okay? Thank you so much for doing all that you do for me, Vicky. If you could please just send the money to the usual account, I'll let you know when the course official starts. Great, please do that. And if you ever need any help studying or anything like that, just let me know. Of course. By the way, Rick is also going to start working through a temp agency, so I really think things are going to get better. Oh, well, that is also just really great to hear. I'm glad that you're so optimistic for this. Well, if we didn't do this, then we wouldn't be able to keep living in our house even, but yes, hopefully this ends our financial worries for a while. You'll be hearing from me again soon, Vicky. Thanks again. Hey, Aunt Vicky, are you there? Do you have some time to talk to me? Oh, Erin, what a lovely surprise. Of course we can talk. Is everything okay? I was just wondering if you were already done working for the day. If you're still busy, then we can have this conversation at another time. I don't mind. I was actually just about to head home, so you reached out to me at the perfect time. Thank you for asking, though. Your mom was asking to make sure you were being polite with me the other day, and I told her that you always are. But you don't have to worry about whether I'm at work or not. I always enjoy getting to talk with you. I know, but I just heard from my mom that you were really, really busy with work is all. I am busy, yes, but I wouldn't say that I'm any more busy than anyone else who works for me. Anyways, what did you want to talk to me about? Is there something on your mind? Well, I just thought you should know that I'm looking for a job. I dropped out of high school and I want to work now. Wait, what? What do you mean? Are you serious about that, Erin? And so that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Even if it's part-time work, I'm open for anything. I just want to save up enough money so that I can move out and live on my own already. Now, hold on just one moment. So you really dropped out of school just to work? Why would you do something like that? Did something happen at school that made you want to quit? Is everything okay? I wouldn't say that everything is okay, but it didn't have anything to do with school, if that's what you want to know. I see, but then what did happen to make you want to go and do something like this? I just need money right now. I need to pay for food and utilities and stuff. You mean even right now at home? But that can't be right. Your mom told me that you all were doing okay. Well, the truth is that neither my mom or dad have been home at all in the past 6 months. Apparently, they've even stopped paying the rent for the house, so I was told that I have until the end of the month to move out. Hold on a second, you're telling me that both your mom and dad haven't been home at all in the past half a year? And that you've been living at home by yourself since then? Just how have you been supporting yourself? Well, when I started high school, I also went out looking for some part-time work, but doing that in school, I was only able to make a couple $100 a month. So all my work really just went to putting off the inevitable now that I'm completely out of money. There is no way that you would be able to cover the utilities, groceries, and whatever else you might need with so little money. I know, and school has been so much more difficult than I thought. I tried to send a text to my mom asking for help, but she only sends me $100 every now and then. But ever since I texted her telling her that I'm about to be kicked out of the house, she hasn't responded to me at all. I'm all alone. Erin, I want you to know that I am going to go over and pick you up right now. Wait, you're going to come all the way here? But isn't it a really long drive for you? It's a bit far, but I'll still be able to make it there before midnight. I want you to start packing up your bags and pick some things that you want to keep. You're going to live with me from now on. You really mean it? You really don't mind if I go and live with you, Aunt Vicky? Of course you can come and live with me. You didn't think that I was just going to leave you in such a horrible situation, right? Thank you so much, Auntie. I don't know what else to say. Well, I was just thinking that you and I hardly ever see each other, but now I realize that I should have been keeping a much closer eye on you. I am so sorry you're going through all of this. I really had no idea any of this was happening. I guess that means I can finally make up my mind. Make up your mind about what, sweetie? What are you talking about? I mean that this whole time I thought that no matter how bad my parents were, that I could never just forget about them because they were my parents. I knew that they weren't the most responsible people, but they were mine, even if they hardly ever paid any attention to me. I was so patient with them, always giving them second chances and trusting them, but now that they've done this, I know exactly how they really feel about me. Oh, Erin, no child your age should have been going through what you are now. You should have adults in your life who you can count on. I hope you know that I'll always be there for you. I mean, you aren't even legally an adult. I know that both you and your mom might think being in high school means you're a grown-up, but there's a lot to learn. Well, thank you so much for wanting to be there for me, Auntie. It really does mean so much. I guess I'll go and start packing up my things. But you should know that you are not going to be working at my company. While you're living with me, you are to concentrate on studying and having fun, and that's that. Vicky, are you there? You're not going to believe this, but Erin stole all our money and ran away. What do you mean? I mean that she stole all of our money and ran away from home. She took all that we had and left us without even a single penny. I was wondering when I was going to hear from you again, actually. I can't say I'm surprised you're coming to me like this. Like this? Like what? What do you mean by that? I mean that you were probably just about to ask me if I couldn't send you a little money for help with all of this, right? But, I mean, this isn't our fault. We were robbed. Don't you get it? She took all our money and then ran away. It's funny you say that because she's been living with me for the past month. So I really just have no idea what you're talking about. Hold on. You're telling me that Erin is living at your house now? That's right. But she's been here long enough for me to know that there's no way she could have stolen your money. Besides, I know that you lied to our parents about us. You said that I never help you out, you begged them for money and told them never to bring it up with me. So basically, you've been double-dipping in all the money you've convinced people to send you. No, it isn't like that at all. I just didn't want you to be burdened with supporting us single-handedly. Oh, please, I already know that Rick hasn't had a job in years, or at least nothing even part-time in the last 6 months. Instead, you two have been traveling abroad, isn't that right? Probably going from country to country where the exchange rate is good and living off all the money you've gotten. You even left your own daughter behind just so you would have one less mouth to feed on your trips. But the only reason I was ever sending you money was because I wanted to make sure that Erin had all that she would need to succeed. Well, it's not like we left her homeless. Besides, she is old enough to work. That doesn't matter. She just started high school and you left her at home to fend for herself for months. Besides, don't you know that Erin can only afford to go to the school she's going to because they offered her a scholarship? She isn't going to public school. And if she can't do her work, then she won't hold on to her scholarship. Erin was just about to drop out, just like you, before she reached out to me. Hold on a second, I didn't know any of that. You can't blame me if Erin didn't tell me that about the school that she was going to. Even if you were telling the truth, that still just proves that you're not fit to take care of Erin anymore. I am going to tell our parents about this and make sure that you are never in a position to ruin Erin's life again. After that, I spoke to my parents, who said they always thought that I had some kind of grudge against my sister. I explained how she tricked us both to get the most money she could. I explained about how they had left behind Erin for money while they were traveling around in the countries where their dollars would go the farthest, all while taking side jobs here and there to tide themselves over. Of course, we all agreed to stop giving them any more money. When they came back from their trip, their apartment was already being rented to someone else, and they had nowhere to go. They begged our parents to let them stay with them, but they refused. In the end, both of them had to quickly find jobs and moved into a tiny apartment that they could barely afford. As for Erin, I spoke with her school and explained to them all that had been going on for the past 6 months. They agreed, in light of the circumstances, to let her keep her scholarship and continue her studies. I told the school that I would be taking guardianship of Erin and I would make sure that she always focused on school.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey Ken, are you still at the office? I just got back home.
Oh, sorry. I have overtime today.
What? I wish you'd have told me sooner. Isn't it supposed to be your turn to cook supper today?
What am I supposed to do? Tell my boss to stick it where the sun don't shine? This is my job we're talking about here.
Sure, I get that. But if I think you're coming home to cook for us, I'm not gonna make anything, am I, smartass? You better not complain when you get home and there's nothing on the table.
Jeez, Elle, calm down. Fine, you're right. I should have told you earlier. Sorry. Sorry about supper, too. I'm gonna grab something on the way home from work, so you should just make something for yourself.
Sure, I don't mind that. But how many times is this now? I told you before to let me know in advance when you can't make it home on time, didn't I? I feel like we have the same conversations several times a week. We have to operate as a team since we're both working full-time, you know? What hope is there if we can't even communicate properly?
Give me a break, Elle. I said I'm sorry. Want me to say it again?
You said that last time, too. I don't like pushing the issue like this, but surely you can see this is happening too often. I don't feel like you're taking our relationship seriously.
I am, babe, I swear. I'll let you know next time. I promise, okay?
You promised last time, and the time before that.
What do you want me to say then? All I could do is apologize.
I don't want you to say anything. I want you to honor your word and stop doing it. In other words, I want you to start taking me seriously. I'm juggling virtually all of the cleaning, cooking, and laundry by myself despite the fact we both work the same amount of hours in a week. Do you even know how much housework you're loading off on me?
I know, babe. I've been careless. I know it probably just sounds like an excuse, but I do take you seriously. I'll do all the housework on my next day off, okay? How does that sound? Just forgive me. Pretty please?
Actions speak louder than words, Ken. You think I enjoy getting mad over this crap? Trust me, this is the last discussion I want to be having with you.
I know, I'm sorry. I've been taking advantage of you and that's not acceptable. I'm sorry for letting you do everything. I realize now that me not pulling my weight increases the burden on you. That's not fair. I won't do it again. I'm really sorry, babe.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry too. Maybe I'm being too hard on you. If I'm in a position to do the housework, then I should just do it without complaining. It's just that I feel like I've been doing so much lately. I've been stressed out, and I think it's all just gotten to be too much for me. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that.
It's fine. I'm the one in the wrong here, babe. You're right to be upset.
No, you can't do the housework if you're at work, and I know how much your boss pressures you to do overtime. It's hardly like you're out drinking with your friends. I shouldn't have lost my rag like that. I'll make an effort to be more considerate from now on, honey. I'm sorry.
It's fine, really. You said it yourself. We work the same hours in a week. I might be at work now, but I'm still in the wrong for not helping out more while I'm there. If he asks me to do overtime again next week, I'll turn it down. Make sure I get home on time and do my share of the housework.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, about next week, I'll be going away on business on Wednesday.
Wait, what? Really? To think I was just getting all hyped up to do the housework.
What's that supposed to mean? You can do it whether I'm there or not.
Yeah, you're right. I'll make the whole place sparkle. You'll barely recognize it when you get back. It'll be so clean it'll blow your mind. How about I rustle you up your favorite dish as a welcome back present when your trip ends?
I'd love that, sweetie. I can't wait. We haven't had much time to go out together like we used to lately. It's almost like we're leading separate lives now. The most I get to see you these days is when you eat your supper after work before falling asleep on the sofa. So it makes me really happy that you do that for me.
Sorry about that, babe. It's not intentional. It's just I'm so busy with work these days I barely have any energy left when I get home. It's looking like things might ease up next week, though.
Glad to hear it. In that case, let's go on a date on your day off. It's been so long. It wouldn't hurt to go out together every now and then, you know? Just because we're married doesn't mean we shouldn't try and keep things fresh and exciting. If anything, it means we should all the more.
You're right. That could be fun, actually. Shall we go to a trendy cafe somewhere? Or how about a country drive?
Woohoo! Thanks so much, Ken. It means so much that you'd make time for us even though you're busy.
You know I'm not the only one who's busy. Don't think I don't appreciate you, babe. I know how hard you work and I'm grateful for it. I feel like the luckiest man in the world to have a wife as kind and thoughtful as you.
Hey, Ken, are you done at the office yet?
Yep, I'm already at home.
Wow, you weren't kidding when you said you'd get off early this week.
Right? I have to do the final checks on the housework before you get home for your business trip tomorrow after all. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I still gotta sweep the veranda.
Aw, Ken, you don't have to go that far. You can just vacuum everywhere and be done with it for me. You don't have to treat the place like an imperial palace.
It's fine, I want to. You'll be back after lunchtime tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm flying back directly from Seattle.
Alright, it's settled then. I'll rustle you up some succulent, juicy, tender fried chicken when you get back.
Huh? Fried chicken? You're gonna make fried chicken?
Yep. I was thinking of making some for dinner tonight anyway, so I figure I may as well make it for lunch so you can enjoy it when you get back from your trip.
I had no idea you could make fried chicken. That's amazing. And all on your own, too? You don't have to go to all that trouble for me, though, honey. I'll be happy with something simple.
To tell you the truth, I've been thinking about improving my cooking skills lately. I only ever make simple stuff. I want to challenge myself for once. I thought fried chicken would be a good way to do that. Even better if I can make you something delicious in the process. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Will you be okay? Be careful with the oil. It spits.
I found the recipe online. It has step-by-step instructions so simple, a monkey could follow them.
Okay, great. I can't wait to get home. I can't believe you're making me fried chicken. This is going to be the treat of a lifetime.
Sorry if I fail miserably.
Don't worry about that, sweetie. I'm just happy you're making something for me. I'm sure you won't fail. You can do anything you put your mind to. I seriously can't wait. I almost want to book an earlier flight home.
Whoa, calm down. You will finish your business trip. We all need you getting fired over my cooking. Are you really that happy about it? It's just some fried chicken. I'm not really sure it deserves this much of a fuss.
Yes, I really am. To be honest, I've been really worried about us lately.
Worried? Why? Did I do something?
Well, no, but I was worried we were drifting apart. It kind of felt more like we were housemates than husband and wife. We've been married 3 years now. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about.
Really? You thought that? God, I guess it's not that hard to believe. It's my fault. I'm sorry, Al. Listen, I've been doing some thinking myself these past few days. It's dawned on me I've been relying on you too much. I've been taking you for granted. I haven't been treating you like an equal partner in the relationship.
I'm so pleased to hear you were thinking about me.
Of course I was. You're my wife. I'm never as happy as I am with you.
Me too, sweetie. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Shall we do a video call later? I thought it might be nice if we could eat our supper together while I'm away on business. I might only be eating a convenience store-ready meal in my hotel room, but I think it'd be kinda romantic.
Oh, that might be a little difficult. I can't promise anything. I'm not even close to getting started on supper yet.
But don't you have work tomorrow? It's not like you to leave supper this late. I hope this isn't because you're going out of your way to do inhumane amounts of housework. I told you, I'll be happy as long as the floors are vacuumed.
I just don't think I can promise an exact time. This is my first time making fried chicken, you know. It's probably going to take me ages. I want to make sure I get this right.
I'm done with all my work stuff. All I have to do tomorrow is get on the plane home. I don't mind if it gets late.
I don't know, babe. I was looking forward to surprising you with the fried chicken tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it. I think it's especially late. Let's leave the video call for another time. I'm rushing to get it done as it is, and the last thing I want to is mess it up.
Jesus, Ken, exactly what kind of fried chicken is this?
Isn't finding out all part of the fun? Let's not spoil the surprise.
Fine, you do have a point. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a shower, have my ready meal, and hit the hay.
Alright. I hope you have a safe flight home tomorrow.
Speak to you tomorrow. Mom, what's with all the missed calls? Is something wrong? Why would you call me at this time of night? Did something happen? Did you press the button by mistake? Ellie, are you okay? Are you hurt? Huh? What do you mean? Why would I be hurt? How can you not know? I heard there was a fire at your apartment. A woman was seen being carried out with third-degree burns. A fire at our apartment? What the hell? I'm away on a business trip right now. Away on business? Then who was that on the stretcher? Wait a sec. None of this makes sense. Can we start from the beginning here? What do you mean my apartment caught fire? What on earth? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm wondering too. Mom, are you half asleep by any chance? Did you take your sleeping pills? I know they can have some pretty heavy side effects. I am not on drugs, young lady. There was a fire at your apartment block. I saw it on the evening news. It said the fire came from a room on the 3rd floor. I couldn't believe my eyes when the cameras panned to it. It was yours and Ken's apartment. There was a woman being carried out on a stretcher. I was sure it was you. What the... I don't even... Are you being serious? Do you think I'd lie about something like this? Besides, you know I'm a night owl. I'm always up at this time. Right, that's true. Sorry, Mom. I'm just struggling to process all this. I know. Hold on a moment. There should be some articles about it online by now. Let me look it up. It's fine. I just found one. What the hell's going on? Our apartment really was on fire. See? I knew it was your place. I just knew it. Oh my God. Ken said he was going to try making fried chicken for the first time today. No way. Do you think that's how the fire started? Have you heard from him? He's not picking up. He hasn't read any of my messages either. Oh my God. Don't panic, darling. I didn't hear anything about a man being hurt. The woman who got injured must have been from next door or something. It's only natural you're worried, but I haven't seen anything that would suggest Ken's in trouble. No, there has to be some kind of mistake. It says in the article a woman was seen being carried out of mine and Ken's apartment. Besides, it says the firefighters were only seen tackling the blaze outside our place. This can only mean that woman was in our apartment. You don't know that, dear. It's too early for us to say anything yet. You can't believe everything you hear on the news. Reporters make mistakes all the time. Is it a good thing I wasn't there? Or, oh my God, what if the worst happened? Maybe if I was there, I could have done something. Ugh, none of this makes any sense, and I don't know what to think. I'm just relieved that you're okay, Ellie. Of course, but I have to get home immediately. I have to find out what's going on. I can't just stay here and do nothing when I don't know if Ken's okay. You're right, of course you can't. Shall I try calling him too? It's fine, you don't have to do that. I'll call you as soon as I know anything. Ellie, I want you to know that I'm here for you, no matter what. Judging from the news coverage, no one's gonna be living in that apartment again for a while. The whole place is burnt to a crisp. I want you to come and stay with me. Okay, I will. Mom, did Ken betray me? It's too early to say, dear. We just don't know. Are you sure you can make it home on your own? Are you okay? Should me and your dad come and pick you up? We don't mind. Don't be silly. I can't have you drive out all this way. Besides, I have a flight booked. Maybe I can switch out my ticket for an earlier one? I know some airlines let you do that for a fee. If I can, I should be back within 3 hours. Got it. We'll be waiting at the airport. Message me when you land, okay? You'll get back a damn sight quicker in mine and your dad's car than you would trying to find a taxi in the early hours. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Mom. I really appreciate this. I'll be in touch. And Mom, I'm sorry. What do you have to apologize for? We're your parents, dear. We're here for you no matter what, and we always will be.
Elle, I owe you an apology. I can finally speak to you now things have calmed down.
Calmed down? What does that mean? Did your lover get discharged from the hospital?
No, she's still there.
I see. So what do you want? Did you want to say something to me?
I want to apologize for everything I've done. I was hoping we could talk about our future too, if that's alright with you.
Our future? Don't make me laugh. Me and you don't have a future. In fact, I hope I never see you again.
I'm so sorry.
Turns out you weren't busy with work after all. You were busy cheating on me with your lover the whole time. That's the real reason you were leaving all the housework to me, isn't it?
Oh man, I really screwed up, didn't I? I can't tell you how sorry I am, babe. I'm filled with nothing but regret, shame, and disappointment in myself. You deserve better. But I want you to know I don't feel anything for her. I was planning on ending it, actually.
Really? You invited a woman you didn't feel anything for, and were getting ready to break up with into our apartment while I was away on a business trip?
Well, the plan was to get her to help me out with the housework.
That's the most pathetic excuse I've heard in my whole life. Besides, if that's true, how do you explain the fact that the fire started because you guys got so caught up smooching each other's faces off that you knocked the chicken pot off the stove? That's what I heard. It's true, isn't it? My disgust for you is so intense, I find it difficult to verbalize, you prick.
Elle, I'm sorry. I've been a fool. I really screwed up this time. But I mean it when I say I was planning on breaking up with her. That was going to be the last time we ever met.
So what? You cheat on me for months behind my back, constantly lying about work being busy and being made to do overtime. You invite your lover over to our apartment while I'm away on business. Then, as if that wasn't bad enough, you're such an irredeemable moron that you managed to burn our freaking apartment down by making out with her too aggressively. Whether you were about to break up with her or not doesn't change any of that.
I know that. There's no taking back what I did.
I heard she got scalded by boiling hot cooking oil when you knocked the pot off the stove. I hate to say it serves her right, but it damn well frickin' does.
Hey, don't speak about her that way. The doctors told her she needs skin grafts and she's going to be permanently disfigured.
Oh no, that poor baby. You can't seriously be suggesting I should be sympathetic towards a woman who got involved with a man she knew damn well was married? It wasn't like that.
Don't blame her. The only one at fault here is me.
I know that. That's why we're getting a divorce.
No, I don't wanna. Why would you jump straight to divorce? Let's not be hasty here. Surely we could talk about this like mature adults.
Excuse me, mature adults? You've got some nerve to say that after what you did.
I love you, Elle. I don't want to be with anyone but you.
Why'd you cheat on me then? You can say whatever you like, but you did what you did, and nothing will change that. Actions speak louder than words can, and you've already made it abundantly clear how much I actually mean to you.
Please, babe. We just got caught up in the heat of the moment. She wasn't serious about me either. It was nothing but a cheap fling to both of us.
The problem is, that's not true, is it? Because she was serious about you, wasn't she? I know her parents have been telling you to take responsibility and leave me for her for a while now.
I had no intention of doing that. We're both adults. If she didn't like it, she was free to walk away at any time. Her parents have no power over me. Sure, I bear most of the responsibility for what happened with the house. I won't deny that. But she was the one who knocked the pot off the stove.
I couldn't give any less of a damn. We're getting a divorce and that's that. She can have you all to herself now.
No, that's not what I want. I want you and no one else. You're my soulmate, babe. A life without you isn't worth living. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I need you in my life. You're the peanut to my butter, the ice in my cream, the bacon to my eggs. You're the love of my life. Please don't leave me.
If you really felt that way, you wouldn't have cheated on me.
That doesn't mean I love you, babe. It's just in a man's nature. She was nothing to me, I swear.
It still happened as a result of your actions. You're the one who decided to cheat on me. No one made you.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I swear.
And I'll never believe another word that comes out of your mouth for as long as I live. It was all lies. Nothing but lies. When you said you were going to start making more of an effort around the house, when you said you had to stay late at the office, it was all lies. You were meeting up with your lover for seedy romps behind my back the whole time. Lies. Which part of that means I'm the love of your life or soulmate? Which part of that means you love me? Which part of that means you want me and no one else?
Elle, please. I'm begging you to find it in your heart to forgive me. I admit it. I've been a lying scumbag, a treacherous lowlife, a scoundrel, a dog. But I'll never betray you again, and I mean that.
How could you betray me any more than you already have? I'll never let you do this to me again. I want a divorce.
Please, I have severe burns on my legs.
So what? Surely Lovergirl's worse off. She has burns covering her entire body. Are you trying to make me feel sorry for you? You should really choose your words more carefully if you don't want to piss me off even more.
Please, I'm going to get pressure into marrying her if you divorce me. I'm not interested. It's you I want. It's not just her parents giving me crap now either. My mom and dad found out about the fire and the affair. They're telling me to man up and take responsibility for what I did by marrying her.
Yep, they know too. They probably already knew about the fire from the news coverage, but I made sure to tell them we're getting a divorce. And I explained exactly why and made sure they knew whose fault that is. I couldn't agree more, by the way, that you should man up and take responsibility.
If it's compensation you want, okay. Please, just don't divorce me. Anything but divorce. She was nothing but a cheap fling. She means nothing to me, I swear. I'm begging you here. I'll do anything you say from now on. Anything. I'll do all the housework. I'll give you control of my bank account and you decide how we spend my salary.
I didn't marry you for any of those things. I just wanted us to be happy together. It looks like that was naive of me.
Please forgive me, Elle. The day we got married was the best day of my life. I felt so lucky to have a wife as brilliant and amazing as you. I can't lose you after all this time. Besides, we had a date planned. I was really looking forward to it.
If you really think this is the time for us to be going on dates, then I can only conclude inhaling all that smoke must have given you brain damage.
You're the most important person in the whole world to me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Your apologies are empty and meaningless because you're a shameless, compulsive liar. I'd have to be crazy to believe you. All I feel is regret. I wish we never got married. No, I wish we never even met. I divorced my low-life husband immediately after that. He was adamant he wouldn't go along with it, but all 4 of our parents called us together for a family meeting and basically ordered him to sign the papers under threat of disownment. It was so reassuring to have everyone's support. I thought the fact they weren't willing to overlook Ken's disgusting behavior just because he's their son was really admirable. In the end, he reluctantly signed the papers with a look of defeat on his face. Apparently, he's still engaged in a bitter struggle with his lover and her family. They're demanding he take responsibility for what he did and put a ring on her finger. I heard she has horrific burns all over her body as a result of knocking over the pan filled with boiling oil. As a result, she's covered in bandages even now and needs support for basic everyday stuff like getting dressed and washing herself. As a woman, I understand how horrible that must be for her. But I'd be lying if I said I felt even an ounce of sympathy. Obviously, that goes for my scumbag ex-husband, too. If not for their lust or their lies, none of this would have ever happened. There would have been no fire, and neither of them would have been injured. What can I say? Actions have consequences. I'm starting to believe karma might actually be a real thing. They weren't the only ones affected by all this. They also caused a lot of trouble for our neighbors. And not to mention the firefighters who had to rush out and risk their lives to clean up their mess. I'm not holding my breath, but I hope they reflect on their actions and use this as an opportunity to become better. At the very least, people who don't cause problems for others. That's not to say I want them to live easy lives, far from it. Maybe it's petty of me, but to be completely honest, I hope the problems between Ken and his lover continue long into the future. They both deserve to suffer as much as possible. I went to live with my parents after the fire, and when I wasn't at work, spent most of my time in a daze doing sweet FA. I didn't help out around the house even once and left everything to my mom and dad. I'm not normally like that at all. I can only put it down to being in a state of shock and needing time to process everything that had happened to me. But thanks to the love and kindness of my parents, the sympathy and understanding coworkers who were kind enough to support me with my work when it was clear I wasn't my usual self, and all the friends who visit me regularly to check up on how I'm doing, I feel myself gradually returning to normal. I know it's still early days, but I think I'm finally starting to feel hopeful about the future again. I'm under no illusions. I know it's going to take a long time to get over the shock of being betrayed by the person I loved like that. But I can't go through life being miserable and depressed all the time. And I'm committed to building a new life for myself and finding happiness again. I want to make as many amazing new memories as possible as soon as I can. I have a feeling that'll go a long way in helping me forget about my lying ex-husband. I'm determined to find happiness again. At the very least, I'm going to make sure I'm a damn sight happier than that lowlife. I sure as hell deserve it after everything I've been through.
Julia, have you been to the hospital? How did it go?
I went to see the doctor as scheduled, and he told me that both me and our baby are completely fine.
Whew, that's great to hear. Now I can finally focus on my work.
Your job has always been stable. You worry too much, Mark.
You never know what might go wrong. Your due date is next month. We should be extra careful. And it's your first time having a baby.
That's true. But you worry too much. I'm the one giving birth, Mark.
Of course I'm worried. That's the only thing I can do. You protect our baby in your womb while I'm just here waiting. I feel useless doing nothing.
I'm glad you're considerate of me. But don't feel pressured, okay? You've been a great help at doing most of the housework for me until I left for my parents' house a few days ago. I'm really thankful for everything, Mark. My friends and neighbors were surprised by how supportive you were. Everyone envied me for having a great husband.
Really? I just did what I could to help you.
I bet you were tired coming home from work, but you were always willing to help me. I felt relieved, actually.
Relieved?
It's my first baby, and I've heard a lot from my friends who gave birth. All of them said it was hard to keep up with the housework while they were looking after their children, so I was really worried about becoming a mother myself.
Yeah, they all seemed really busy and tired.
But now I'm sure I'll be able to manage it with your help, Mark. I'm gonna be depending on you.
You can rely on me anytime. I'll help you with housework and look after the baby too. I might be unable to sometimes because of my job, but I won't let you do everything alone. We're a team, Julia.
Thanks, Mark. I'm feeling confident about becoming a mom. I'm so lucky to have you as my husband.
I'm so lucky to have you as my wife too. Oh, by the way, I'll be with you at your parents' house on your due date.
Really? How many days will you be with us?
I'm planning to visit you on the day before your due date, and I'll stay for a week. But I feel sorry for staying at your parents' house for a week. You're staying at the hospital for a few days after you give birth, right?
You're always welcome at our house, Mark. My parents will be glad to have you. And it's not guaranteed that I'll be delivering the baby on the due date. It's hard to predict the exact date, especially for the first time giving birth.
Oh, I see. So there's a possibility of me going home without seeing our baby? I'm pretty sure that our baby will be born while you're here. But we never know, right? But I bet our baby will want to meet me and hurry out of the womb.
Don't pressure our baby.
Sorry. Is there anything you want me to bring when I visit you? Anything you forgot to bring?
I have everything with me. My parents would get me anything I need anyways. I'm having the time of my life, LOL.
That's good to hear. You said you were planning to meet some of your old friends? But have you met them already?
Yeah, I went to see them on the day I came here. But there was not much we could do except for visiting each other's house and going out for lunch because I'm pregnant.
I bet they were surprised. You weren't pregnant the last time you visited, but look at your big belly now. The last time you went home was to participate in your class reunion, right?
Yeah, that's right. But I was posting stuff about my pregnancy on social media, and my friend from the same class was also pregnant. We're gonna be great mom friends.
That's great. You always wanted a mom friend.
Yeah, I'm so lucky to have them as my friends. Oh, by the way, how's your work going? Are you on lunch break?
Yeah, but I think I'll have to go back to work soon.
I'm so sorry. I think I talked too much.
No, don't worry. I was the one who texted you in the first place. I'll let you know when I finish my work.
All right. Work hard.
A few weeks later. Julia, I'm so sorry.
What's the matter? I was expecting you to text me earlier. Did you just come back from work?
Yeah, an accident happened at work today.
Oh my, are you okay? I bet you had a hard day today.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but I don't think I can visit you on your due date anymore.
Huh? Really?
I'm so sorry, Julia. I really wanted to skip work on that day, but I don't think I'll be allowed to.
Okay. Don't worry. There's nothing we can do, Mark. The baby will always be waiting for you.
I'm really sorry, Julia. I really wanted to be by your side when you give birth.
Don't worry, Mark. My parents will be with me, so don't worry too much, okay? Your company rarely gets in these situations. Isn't it a rare case? Your company would usually allow you to go on vacation anytime you wish. There's a lot of employee benefits, too.
Yeah, my colleague's mom had a stroke. He told us it wasn't a big deal, but apparently it was a pretty big deal. We can't let him work when his mother's in danger.
That's true. He should go home to see his parents.
Yeah, so I had to fill in his spot while he's away. I never know when I'll be in a similar situation too. I want to help him out during his hardships.
I understand. It's important to keep good relationships with your colleagues. It's a bit sad that you won't be visiting, but I get it. I'm gonna give birth to a healthy, happy baby.
Thanks a lot, Julia. I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. After situations get better at my company, I'll be sure to get at least a day off.
All right, but be sure you drive safely, okay? Accidents happen when you're in a hurry. You drive when you work, and you're gonna drive here when you visit, right? Don't drive too fast even when you're in a hurry.
Okay, I'll be careful. Oh, by the way, my mom contacted me the other day and told me that my sister came back home.
Really? She used to work abroad, didn't she?
Yeah, I thought she was taking a break here, but surprisingly, she's already working here. And she's going back abroad again soon.
I really respect your sister. I heard she works as a nurse in poor countries around the world. That's not something everyone can do.
In my sister's case, I think she just wants to visit many different countries. She loves experiencing new things.
But she's making this world better by contributing as a nurse.
Well, that's true. I almost forgot to tell you. My sister brought home some souvenirs for you.
What? Why didn't you tell me earlier? Did she get me snacks?
Yeah, I saw some snacks. But I can't send these to you. I can't let you eat these foreign snacks that you've never even tried before when you're pregnant.
I love trying new snacks, though.
You can always try them after giving birth. She also got you a weird ornament. So I'll send you a photo of it later.
Okay, LOL. I'll look forward to it. Be sure to tell her thanks on my behalf.
All right. I'm taking a bath now.
Okay, take a nice hot shower so you can relax yourself. I'm getting sleepy, so I guess I'll get to bed early today.
Yeah. Take good care of your body. See you tomorrow. A few days later. Hey sis, did you call me? Did you have anything you wanted to tell me, or did you just call me by mistake?
I called Mark.
What's up? Should I call you back?
I'm a bit busy now. I'm on my night shift.
Right, I heard you're already back to working here. By the way, Julia said thanks for the souvenir.
Oh, tell her not to worry. I just got her some random stuff.
I think you've already heard from Mom, but Julia's due date is coming up. So this time, I'll be eating the snacks you got for her. I'm worried to give her foreign snacks right now.
I got her an amulet wishing for a safe delivery.
Don't tell me that weird ornament was an amulet. I thought it was just a weird ornament you liked, lol.
That's not what I wanted to talk about. Julia is back at her parents' house now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
How's your relationship?
Great as always. I think we're a pretty good match.
Okay.
What? What's the matter?
Don't panic when I tell you this, all right? Why don't you get a divorce before she gives birth?
Huh? What are you saying, sis? It's not a good time to joke around.
You think I'm telling you this as a joke?
So you really think we should get a divorce? Why? You're creeping me out.
I don't want to tell you this, but the baby she's pregnant with is not yours.
Huh?
Or did you already know this? Did you agree to be the baby's father, although you're not blood related?
Sorry, but what are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying at all.
I'm talking about the baby Julia is pregnant with. Guessing from your reaction, you really didn't know about it.
Be serious, sis. I won't be able to stay calm any longer if you make up any more of these ridiculous stories about Julia and our baby.
Calm down, calm down. The hospital I'm working at right now is where Julia is currently visiting for her checkups.
Huh? You're at Julia's hometown right now? It's really a coincidence.
I completely forgot that this was Julia's hometown, and I didn't really care where I would be working for a couple of months temporarily.
Okay. And? What did you find out about Julia as a nurse working at the same hospital?
I saw Julia the other day at the hospital, and I wanted to have a couple of words with her, but she was with a man I didn't recognize.
He might be a relative or an old friend, sis. It's her hometown. She has a lot of friends. Don't tell me you just assumed that she was cheating on me just because she was with a man.
Of course not. She seemed really close with him, and they didn't seem like friends at all. So I pretended to be a random passerby and eavesdropped. Then, the guy said it was their baby.
Huh?
I was so shocked myself, so I don't remember the whole story, but I bet they were definitely more than friends from what I saw. They were also talking about their class reunion.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, I'm telling the truth. And I'm pretty sure that she doesn't know about me working at the same hospital, so don't tell her about me. I work at a different department anyways. If we can keep this a secret, it would be easier for me to spy on her too.
Okay.
Mark, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just having a hard time processing the information.
I understand. It was really hard for me to decide whether to tell you this, but I thought you should know.
Yeah. I would have wanted to know too. I'll try to process the information you just told me and call again later.
All right, but be sure to let me know before you contact Julia. Let me know how you feel about this, okay? I'll do my best to support you. I'm always here for you, Mark.
Mark, you haven't texted me for a while now. Have you given thought about our baby's name? It's already been a week after I gave birth. I have to register his birth soon.
Yeah.
Isn't there anything else you want to say? You're acting weird. You've only visited the hospital once, and it's like you've lost interest in our baby.
Sorry.
You're just apologizing over and over again. What's going on? Are you busy with work? I heard that your colleague returned to work after his mother got better.
That's true, but I don't think I can name the baby.
I know it's hard to decide, so you want me to decide his name on my own?
Yeah, go on. Just do whatever you want. I don't think I can be his parent anymore.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought you were happy to become a father. You can't just make me do everything. I can't accept that, Mark.
I was ready to be a father, but I've lost all my motivation.
Why? You don't make any sense. What are you saying all of a sudden? You're a terrible parent, you know that?
I don't know who the real terrible parent is. I know that I'm not the real father, Julia.
Huh? I can't believe you just said that. Why can you be so harsh on me? Is it because our baby didn't resemble you? But you know that the baby's face changes as he grows up, right?
I don't think he would ever look at me, even if he grows up. I'm not the real father, after all. I know you've been seeing your old classmates since you went to the class reunion. Jonathan, was that his name?
Huh?
I'm with him right now.
You have to be kidding.
No, I'm not. He showed me all the texts you sent him. He seemed to be married as well, so I told him that I would tell his wife about his affair if he doesn't tell me the truth. It was easy to make him spill the beans.
Mark, are you serious?
You had an affair with him after meeting him at the class reunion. And I heard you've been meeting him every month since then.
What are you talking about? I guess he made all of this up.
I don't think so. He showed me all the proof, and the days you've been meeting him. Turned out to be the days you told me you were meeting your friends.
That's a coincidence.
You're not gonna admit it? I saw you text him that you wanted to marry him, not me. You guys found out you were both in love with each other at the class reunion, right? Don't lie to me anymore, Julia. You can never understand how much you hurt me.
I'm so sorry, Mark. But you're the father of the baby, and I'm not kidding. I thought about the possibility of him being the father, but I'm sure that you are the father, Mark. Considering the date I got pregnant, you're the baby's father.
The day you had an affair, you also had sex with me too. I really respect you for your dedication, Julia. We even had sex after you came home from your class reunion. You really made sure so I won't find out about the affair, huh?
No, listen to me, Mark. You're really the father.
Sorry, Julia. I've already gotten the results from the DNA test. I applied for it when I visited to see the baby. And yesterday, the results came back saying that I wasn't the baby's father.
Huh? You've already applied for a DNA test?
Yeah, and that's not my baby.
I'm sorry, but I gave birth to him thinking that it was your baby. I always wanted to become a parent with you. I'm honest. You have to believe me, Mark.
I don't think so. I know you asked Jonathan to come with you for your checkups at the hospital.
Did he tell you that too?
No. My sister works at the hospital you visit for your checkups. And she told me that she saw you with him. Being lovey-dovey, holding hands with each other.
I had to ask him to come with me when my parents were busy. It was only just once, believe me.
My sister told me it wasn't just once, though. She heard your conversations with him as well. Based on what she heard, I don't think you have any feelings for me.
I swear I won't meet him again.
I don't care. You can meet him as much as you want. Just do whatever you want from now on.
No, Mark, wait. You have to listen to me. What's gonna happen to the baby?
I guess you'll have to look after him on your own. Or you can discuss about it with Jonathan.
I wanted to be a parent with you, Mark. When I found out that I was pregnant, I realized how stupid I was for having an affair with him. It was so hard for him, and I really thought about telling you everything. But with you, Mark, we could fight our way through this together.
Julia, I don't think I'm nice enough to do that. If I didn't know about everything and had started parenting, I might not have chosen to get a divorce.
We don't have to, Mark. If you think that way, I know we can rebuild our relationship.
I can't forgive you for keeping it a secret all this time, Julia. You're cunning. You knew I wouldn't be able to leave the baby if I'd already started parenting and made memories with him as a dad.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for what I did. I swear, I won't do anything like this ever again. Please, please don't leave me and our baby.
You're understanding it wrong, Julia. I'm just leaving you. I don't have the right to leave the baby nor become the father of the baby. I'm not related to him at all.
No, Mark, he needs you. I can't be his parent alone. I know that a kind-hearted person like you would be a great parent, even if he's not your real child.
Have you ever imagined how I felt when I found out you were pregnant with someone else's baby? I thought I would never be able to recover from the shock I felt. All this time while we were eagerly waiting for the baby to grow in the womb, you were having an affair with your old classmate? Smiling innocently, like you were the perfect mother figure. Just thinking about it made me nauseous.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Mark.
Apologizing doesn't make any difference. We're no longer a couple. Don't rely on me anymore. I guess it'll be hard becoming a parent alone, but I'll be asking for compensation money, so be prepared. I cherish people I love, but I don't care about others. After story. After discussing with her parents, I was successfully able to get divorced with her. Of course, my ex-wife wailed not to leave her, but rebuilding our relationship was never an option for me. And in return for showing me all the texts as proof, I promised Jonathan not to tell his wife about his affair. I never planned to do anything with him anyways. Nonetheless, after I left my ex-wife, she barged in on Jonathan and his wife, revealing everything about their affair. Jonathan and his wife did not get a divorce for their child. And after some discussion, he agreed to pay for child support. Fortunately, my ex-wife's parents promised that they would take good care of her baby. I can no longer believe what my ex-wife says, but I want to believe what her kind parents tell me. Since the incident, I heard she's been avoided by her friends with all the bad rumors about her. I think she'll have to put up with the rumors unless she leaves her hometown. But I honestly think she deserves these hardships. I wish for the best of the child. After I got divorced and the situation got better, I felt worn out and became numb to everything around me. I have to thank my friends and colleagues for supporting me during my hard times. My sister invited me to go on a trip with her the other day, and the country I visited was not the best place to enjoy a luxurious lifestyle, but everyone seemed so happy living there. Affected by their smiles, I was also having fun in no time. After the trip, I think I was finally able to leave all my sadness behind. The trip did not exactly change my views about life, but it certainly did influence me to try out new things in life. I realized that there's a lot of people who support me in my life. I want to cherish the happiness I have now and try out new things, feeling anew.
Hey, Brenda. I heard you came over to our place today. Yeah, I stopped by for a little while. I wanted to ask your mother to teach me how to make your brother's favorite recipe. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. On the way to your house, I stopped by that shop you really like and brought you some sweets. You can have some when you get home tonight. Thanks, I guess. I liked those sweets a few years ago, but I'm not so crazy about them now. Oh, really? I'm sorry, I had no idea. Your mother told me you liked them, so I thought I'd buy a few for you. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. If I tell my parents or aunts that I like something, they always get the wrong idea. Just because I liked it once doesn't mean I'm going to love it forever. That's so true. My grandmother is the same way. Even now, when I go over for a visit, she always makes me the things I loved to eat when I was a kid. Right? But, Brenda, it won't be long before you're doing the same thing. I mean, you're 5 years older than my brother, so as far as I'm concerned, you're an old lady. That may be true. I mean, I am 10 years older than you, so I can understand why you'd think that. No, seriously though. If someone had told me that my brother was going to marry an old lady someday, I would have said no way. He is super good looking, and he's always been popular with girls ever since he was in elementary school. Really? I had no idea he was so popular. Are you kidding me? You've seen what he looks like. Honestly, I have no clue why he married you. Oh, does he have a thing for mature women? If so, that would explain it. He's never mentioned anything about that to me. I gotta say, you're pretty brave, Brenda, marrying a younger guy when you're practically over the hill. That takes guts. I don't think it was that big of a deal. I mean, we're only 5 years apart. We know married couples who are even further apart in age, so I guess that's why I never thought it was strange. Oh, is that so? I guess your friends are just as shameless as you. Calling them shameless is a little harsh, don't you think? It's not like they're 10 or 20 years apart. Does a little age difference really bother you that much? Once you become an adult, age stops being such an issue, wouldn't you agree? Not at all. It's a big issue for me. I can't have a conversation with someone who's a lot older than me. We just don't see eye to eye. Ask anyone. Hanging out with friends who are all the same age is the best. Well, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Oh, right. There's something I wanted to talk to you about. Your mother told me that your boyfriend proposed to you. Congratulations. I want to wish you two all the best. Thank you. Did my mom tell you about my fiancé? She didn't tell me all the details, but she did say that although he's young, he's already managing his own company. Yes, that's right. Don't you think that's amazing, considering we're the same age? Of course I do. It takes a lot of bravery to run your own business, and he must be very talented as well. Come to think of it, I know someone just like that. I've never met your fiancé, but I can imagine what he's like. Your friend is nothing like my fiancé. Not only is he really good at his job, but he's also incredibly handsome. I posted our photo on SNS and people called us a beautiful couple. That's so sweet. You must really suit each other. I can't wait for the wedding. You'll be bringing him home to meet the family next week, right? That's right. Mom is going to be so surprised when she sees him in person. Wait a second, Brenda. You're not planning on coming over next week to meet him, are you? Your mother invited me, but it turns out I have to work that day, so I can't make it, unfortunately. That works out perfectly then. Even if you didn't have work, I wouldn't have wanted you to come anyway. I don't want him to think that I have an old lady like you as a relative. Katie, I know you don't think of me as part of your family, but that's not a nice thing to say to anyone, family or otherwise. Excuse me? Are you really going to lecture me right now? Who I want to introduce my fiancé to is my choice. I don't want some old lady I barely know butting in and telling me what to do. Just stay out of it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to butt in, and I have no intention of telling you what to do. I just hope that one day you'll accept me as family. I'm going to keep trying my best, you know. That's never going to happen, so you might as well stop trying. And also, I don't want you coming over to my house anymore. I'm sure the only reason you come over is so that you can suck up to my mom, but don't just show up whenever you feel like it because you were invited. You're like my least favorite person, so whenever I hear that you've been over, it's a real downer. Hey Brenda, did you receive my wedding invitation? I sent it to you the other day, so you should have got it already. Yes, it arrived today. You picked a really famous venue. I'm looking forward to it. No, please don't start looking forward to anything. The thing is, I don't want you to come. What? I wrote your name on my brother's invitation because you're married and all, but the truth is, I don't want you there. So you're telling me to not show up at your wedding? Is that right? Exactly. But won't it seem strange if I don't go to the wedding with my husband? I mean, he's expecting us to go together. Sending him to the wedding on his own is not going to be easy. Can you please just lie to him or something? For all it's worth, you've lived a longer life than the rest of us. You should be full of wisdom and whatnot. Why don't you draw from all that life experience and come up with a clever excuse? Just pretend to get sick on the day of the wedding or something. Come on, there's all kinds of stories you could make up to get out of going to the wedding. Well, you are the one who sent me the wedding invitation, so if you don't want me to come, I'll try my best to get out of it, but to be honest, I don't think it's a good idea. Your mother and father are going to be surprised if I don't show up, and I really don't want to lie to my husband. I'm perfectly fine with not attending your wedding if that's what you want, but what you're asking me to do is going to shock and confuse a lot of other people as well. It's my wedding, isn't it? Who I invite is entirely up to me and no one else. Why should I have to take orders from you? You have a point. It's your wedding after all. But if you don't want me to come, can I at least ask you to explain the reason to your family? I don't think it's right to make me come up with some elaborate story to get out of attending your wedding. Your family should hear it from you. Hey, Brenda, the reason is obvious, isn't it? I don't want some old lady showing up at my wedding. All my friends are young and beautiful, and one of them actually had a crush on my brother in the past. They would all be shocked if they saw who he ended up marrying. And besides, I don't want you in the family photo. I want to cherish the memories of my wedding forever. Do you really want to ruin this once-in-a-lifetime experience for me? Of course not. I have absolutely no intention of ruining your wedding. If that's so, then shut up and stay home. I don't want to listen to you complain endlessly about how it's not right or whatever. You're an eyesore. It's as simple as that. It's true that I'm older than you and your brother, and I'll never be as glamorous as a younger woman, but are you really only judging me based on my looks? That's exactly what I'm doing. Do you have a problem with that? I don't think it's right to judge people based only on appearances, Katie. If you could take a good look at my face right now, you'd understand. When it comes to looks, I've always been a perfect 10. Even after I graduated and started working, I never hung out with anyone as boring and unattractive as you. Let me tell it like it is. You're a disgrace to my family. I think of you as a nasty stain on a pure white wedding dress that refuses to wash out. Oh, is that so? Well, in any case, I'll do my best not to show up to your wedding. It's your special day, so you should have the ceremony you want, right? Thanks for understanding. You're the one who had the nerve to marry my brother looking the way you do. Backing off when you're told is the least you can do. If an old hag like you shows up at my wedding, it will be completely ruined. What the hell, Brenda? I just saw you at the entrance to the wedding hall. What do you think you're doing? Oh, yes, about that. I'm so sorry. Something came up, so here I am. My wedding is about to start, and all of a sudden I see this old hag show up at the front door. An old hag who has not even been invited, oh, by the way. Go home already. Are you trying to ruin my wedding? I had no intention of ruining your wedding. Like I said, something came up that made it necessary for me to attend the wedding. What do you mean, something came up? I told you not to come, didn't I? I thought you agreed that today was my special day and that you'd disappear if that's what I wanted. That's what I agreed to do, but it turns out that I'll be attending the wedding today, not as a guest of the bride, but as a guest of the groom. The truth is, I received a wedding invitation from your fiancé, too, so I came as his guest. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Why in the world would my fiancé send you a wedding invitation? You know what? I don't even want to know. Just hurry up and get out of here, you old hag. I've worked too hard to make this wedding absolutely perfect. It's my special day, so get out of my sight. I don't know, Katie. I think things are going to get complicated if you send me home right now. Are you sure you're not going to regret it? Why the heck would I regret it? I'll regret it more if I let you stay. Okay. If you put it that way, I'll leave. I'm sorry I gave you such a fright by showing up today. But, Katie, whatever happens as a result, I can't cover for you. Not anymore. There is nothing, not a single thing, that I will need you to cover me for. You really are messed up in the head, aren't you? My wedding is no place for an old hag like you. Why don't you go home and take a good look at yourself in the mirror? Maybe then you'll realize that this is not where you belong, you wrinkly hag. Good morning, Brenda. It's me, Katie. Oh, Katie, good morning. I wanted to apologize for making you leave the wedding ceremony yesterday. I can't believe I did such a ridiculous thing. I truly regret it. No worries, no offense taken. I was the one who agreed not to come at first, so if anything, I should be apologizing to you for showing up unexpectedly. No, there's no need for you to apologize. I had no idea that my fiancé was so indebted to you. He told me how much you helped him when he was having trouble with his business. We were actually working in the same industry at the time. I wanted to help him because he's such a talented businessman. Not only that, but he's also honest and full of drive. He's the kind of person everyone wants to root for, wouldn't you agree? I also had no idea that you managed your own company, too. You must have been really amazing. Just because someone manages a company doesn't make them an amazing person. And besides, haven't we already had this conversation about my work? I'm pretty sure I told you all this when we first met. To tell you the truth, I wasn't really paying attention when you told me. Well, that's to be expected, I guess. I probably gave you quite a shock when we first met, considering what a boring and unattractive old lady I am. I'm sure you couldn't accept the fact that your brother would bring someone like me home as his wife. No, not at all. In fact, I think you are quite beautiful for your age. Oh, please, Katie, you don't have to take back what you said. I'm an old lady, that's the undeniable truth. I'm so sorry. I said some really horrible things. There is no excuse for the way I acted. I am truly very sorry. Please, don't worry about it. It's all in the past. Does that mean that you forgive me for all the things I've done? Oh, you mean how you treated me with disrespect and verbally abused me when your family wasn't looking? Yeah. About all that, I've decided to quit the whole I forgive you, I don't forgive you routine. What exactly do you mean by that? Are you saying that if you forgive me, you don't really mean it, and if you don't forgive me, you don't really mean that either? It means that I've decided to cut ties with you completely. Huh? You're my husband's little sister, and he loves you very much, so I wanted us to get along, but I think that we can't help but be drawn to some people and turned off by others. Forcing myself to get along with you would be pretty shameless, don't you agree? I wouldn't call it shameless. I mean, I don't think that at all. That's what you've called me before, wasn't it? I've put up with you all this time because I wanted my husband's sister to like me. But I've had it. I'm cutting ties with you for good. I'm really sorry that I dragged it out for so long. I should have done this ages ago. Actually, about that, I've completely changed the way I think about you, Brenda. First off, my fiancé told me what an amazing person you are, and then my parents and my brother got really mad at me for the way I treated you. I also heard that you helped pay for the cost of the wedding ceremony. There's so much I didn't know. I'm so sorry. It's not a big deal, since I never expected you to feel grateful toward me. Brenda, can we just try to get along from now on? My fiancé was devastated when he found out what I did to you. I mean, he's taking it really hard. He asked you to make a speech at the ceremony, right? Jimmy already called me to apologize, I heard you had someone else make the speech, so no harm done, right? If anyone had a hard time, it was the person who had to come up with a speech on the day of the ceremony. No, you're right. It was so wrong of me. I'm really, really sorry. Actually, since the ceremony finished yesterday, I haven't been able to get a hold of my fiancé. He won't answer his phone, and he doesn't return my texts. Have you heard anything about it from him? Jimmy hasn't mentioned you at all, but, he's got a strong sense of responsibility when it comes to these kinds of things. He's probably doing a lot of thinking about it right now and just needs some space. I told him not to worry about me, but like I said, it's not in his nature to let things slide so easily. Brenda, this is just a hunch, but when I sent you the wedding invitation, you knew exactly who my fiancé was, didn't you? I mean, his name was clearly written on the invitation. Why didn't you say anything then? If you had said something about it earlier, none of this would have ever happened. How exactly was I supposed to tell you that I knew your fiancé? Should I have said something like, "Hey, Katie, your fiancé and I go way back, so you better let me come to your wedding"? Do you think that would have worked? Or maybe I should have told Jimmy that his bride-to-be is actually my sister-in-law who hates my guts. Would that have been better? No, I guess that wouldn't have been better. But there must have been other, less offensive ways to let me know. Believe me, I thought long and hard about what I should have done. For starters, I didn't feel comfortable about letting you know because I had no idea what you had told him about me. If you had been bad-mouthing me to Jimmy, it would have been embarrassing for you to find out that I was his good friend. Also, I thought that if I showed up to the wedding and started talking to your fiancé, you would have realized that we've known each other for a long time. That's why I decided not to say anything. It would have made things unnecessarily complicated. Well, things are pretty complicated now, aren't they? If you had told me right away, I wouldn't be in this mess. Come on, Katie, if I had told you the truth from the start, would you have believed me? You didn't even believe me when I told you that your fiancé invited me to the wedding, did you? Yeah, well, I kind of lost my cool there. That's why you should have told me beforehand. You probably didn't think you were being that obvious when you treated me so badly, but your mother and father sure noticed. And my husband knew about your nasty attitude towards me because I had gone to him for advice about it. When I told him that I wasn't going to attend the wedding, he had planned to get the whole family together to tell you off.
Huh?
But a wedding ceremony is a once-in-a-lifetime event, right? I didn't want to ruin that for you, so I asked him to just let you have your way. Right after that, Jimmy contacted me about the wedding. All his other friends were going to be there. I couldn't be the only one to refuse his invitation. That's why I decided to attend. I wanted to tell you, but your parents told me not to bother.
But it was my wedding, my special day.
Your family was nice enough to tell me that you were being a spoiled brat and that I didn't have to go along with your selfish demands. Besides, Jimmy was the one who had invited me. Despite my best efforts to smooth things over, it ended up a big mess. For that, I apologize.
Please tell my fiancé that you've forgiven me. He's probably going to cancel our engagement. After you left the wedding, my brother got really angry and started talking about what I had done right in front of my fiancé. That's how he found out about everything.
Oh, that's how it happened then. Well, your brother wasn't lying about what you did out of spite, you know. It was all true.
If you tell my fiancé that you forgive me, he's sure to call me back. I'm begging you. Brenda, please get in touch with him and tell him everything is okay now.
I'm already doing everything I can. I told you before, didn't I? No matter what happens, I'm not covering for you anymore.
But my marriage is at stake here. We already went through with the ceremony and everything. What if it all goes to waste?
Look, Katie, you're my husband's little sister, so I was determined to put up with all your abuse, no matter how hurtful it was. Do you think that I was fine with all those horrible things you said about me?
Yeah, well, I apologized about that, didn't I? You said yourself that it was all in the past.
But I never said that I would forgive you. I simply said I wasn't going to worry about it anymore because it's in the past. You obviously love your brother, but you hate me. And you're the kind of person who thinks that hating someone justifies destroying their self-esteem with ruthless jokes about their appearance. I'm going to be frank with you, Katie. I hate people like that. That's why I refuse to do anything for you anymore.
Brenda, I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I promise to never say anything mean to you ever again.
I don't believe anyone who only apologizes once they've been backed into a wall. You've got to face the music and be honest with Jimmy, and you've got to do it alone. That's the last piece of advice you're going to get from this old hag, so you better take it to heart. After that, my sister-in-law and Jimmy met up to talk things over. Apparently, she showed him all the texts that she had sent me. He was shocked by the stark difference between the Katie he thought he knew and the girl who sent those texts. So much so that he fell into an even deeper depression as a result. In the end, he called off the engagement. I was also quite depressed for a while, wondering if I had done something unforgivable. But rather than blame me for what had happened, my husband and parents-in-law consoled me, saying that Katie got exactly what she deserved. Also, Jimmy told me that he was glad Katie revealed her true colors before they submitted the marriage documents and made it official. He said he was thankful that he dodged a bullet, but honestly, I feel horrible that I was at the center of this whole mess. Once the engagement was called off, Katie locked herself away in her room, refusing to leave the house for any reason. My parents-in-law said that she was being a spoiled brat and forced her to move into her own apartment. After she moved out, she got a part-time job and was barely making ends meet. It may have been the frugal lifestyle she was living, I don't know, but at some point she had a change of heart. A year later, she came to me and apologized again for all the terrible things she had done. I was shocked to see her after such a long time. After she locked herself in her room, she stopped taking care of herself, refusing to eat proper meals or exercise. As a result, she became completely unrecognizable. Her appearance had changed so much that if you saw her, you'd never assume she used to be such a glamorous young lady. I don't know if her change in appearance was the reason, but all her friends abandoned her. They even made fun of the way she looks. Now that she knows what it feels like, my sister-in-law has come to truly regret what she's done. I told my parents-in-law and my husband that Katie and I came to a truce, and since then we've been getting together for family dinners. And I even started hanging out with her again. Now, Katie is helping me with my business, and we get along so well that it's hard to imagine how much she hated me before. Occasionally, she'll make comments about my clothing like, "That dress makes you look like an old lady," but I appreciate all the fashion advice I can get. Now that my sister-in-law and I can talk about anything and everything together, I've grown quite fond of her. I've decided that from now on, I'll be there for her whenever she needs me.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey, John, you remember that the job we asked you to do is due today, right? Are you going to be able to finish it in time?
I'm sorry. I don't think I could do it today.
What? And you couldn't tell me that sooner? I feel like you have been slacking off a bit recently. I know I'm your wife, and it's easier for you to not take our company too seriously, but we are still your proper client.
One of my important clients suddenly asked me to do something for them, and that messed up my whole schedule.
That has nothing to do with us, though. And you talk about an important client, but our company probably has the longest relationship with you. You have to value each and every job you get equally. You're going to lose credibility if you keep doing this.
I'm sorry. I promise this won't happen again. I will definitely finish it by tomorrow.
Thank you. You have to understand that I'm in a difficult position. I don't want people to think that I'm cutting you slack because we are married. Please remember that.
Yes, I understand. But your boss likes my illustrative work too, right? I mean, it's not just you?
Well, yeah, but that's a different story from you not meeting the deadline.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Is your schedule that tight right now?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I can cook supper for us tonight then.
Are you sure? I mean, it is my turn to cook today.
It's okay. I can do it tonight. I think I can finish a bit early today anyways.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm always relying on you so much.
You don't have to be sorry at all. You would do it for me too, if it were the other way around.
Of course I would, but still. I feel like the amount of work you have to do isn't really fair compared to mine.
Well, you are in a creative field. That requires you to always think about work and use your head even when you're not working. It's not like you have a set time to start and finish your work like I do. Every job is hard in its own way.
I'm so grateful that you chose to be with me, you know? I feel so fortunate to have such an understanding wife supporting me by my side.
What's gotten into you?
Well, actually, there's another reason why my schedule is so tight right now. You know my childhood friend, Rachel?
Yeah? Didn't she move out of state for her husband's work or something?
Yeah, she did. Apparently they're getting a divorce now, and she needed someone to talk to, so we were chatting for a bit.
Is that so? That must be hard on her.
Her husband is unbelievable. Even though he's the one who kept neglecting his family, he lost it completely the moment Rachel started seeing somebody else.
Wait, what? Hold on for a sec. You mean she was having an affair?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But it's all her husband's fault to begin with. Apparently he's been very cold towards her, and even yelling and screaming at her as well.
That's horrible. But still, she should have waited until they broke up. I understand why she would want to have someone to rely on in such a hard situation, but she couldn't have done something before she decided to have an affair?
She wasn't trying to have an affair, you know. It just happened out of the blue.
I'm sure there are people who would understand and support her like you do, but most people would still see it as an affair and judge her because of that.
I know! Her parents wouldn't even let her stay at their place because of it, Even though Rachel has no one else to turn to, and she's been a housewife forever up until now. Isn't it horrible?
What about the guy she's seeing? I thought he was supporting her through the divorce.
As it turned out, he was also married. Of course, Rachel didn't know that.
That is a very messed up situation.
I wish I could do something for her, but so far the only thing I could do is to just be there when she needs someone to talk to. I've known her since we were little kids, and that's all I could do for her when she needs help the most. I feel helpless.
I don't think you need to feel helpless. I'm sure having someone to talk to who's also supportive of her is making a big difference for her. I'm sure you are being a big help.
You think so?
I know so. And she has to be the one who decides her future from now on, so you do what you can do to help her for now.
Okay. I'm sorry to have bothered you like this while you're busy at work.
Don't worry about it. I was on my lunch break anyways. You can concentrate on your work for now. You feel better now that you let that all out of your system, right?
Yeah, I should concentrate. I'll make sure to finish your Cockney's project as soon as possible.
Hey, John. Are you out somewhere? I just came home.
Oh, hey, sorry. I'm just on my way home.
Where have you been? You were supposed to be in charge of the supper tonight, but I don't see anything prepared yet.
Yeah, it's okay if I just pick up some takeout tonight? I'll stop by somewhere on my way home.
When are you going to be home?
I'm not sure. I just left, so it'll take me about 40 minutes or so.
That's pretty late. I can whip up something easy for tonight then.
Really? That's great. Thank you.
Did you have a meeting or something?
No. Rachel asked me to see her, actually.
What? Rachel? She came all the way out here?
She got kicked out right after they submitted the divorce papers.
Is that so?
Hey, Miranda. What do you think of us taking her in for a while?
What? I don't know if I like that idea. I feel like things are going in a weird direction.
She doesn't have anyone else to turn to.
Well, I know, but I hardly know her. I know she's your good friend and she means a lot to you, but I don't mean to sound harsh, but she cheated on her husband and therefore got kicked out, right?
I told you she didn't mean for it to happen.
That doesn't matter. She still did it.
My precious friend is in trouble.
I want to help her. I know you do, but it's one thing if she needs to hide away from a domestic violence husband or something, but she's the one who chose to be in this situation. Even if I agreed to let her stay with us, how long are you thinking?
She just needs some time to rest and heal her wounds, and she wants to look for a job.
Right, but I still can't agree with this idea. I'm sorry. I don't care if you help her out financially using your own money, but I want you to separate that from our joint finances.
I can't believe this. I didn't know that you could be so ruthless.
What? You think I'm being ruthless?
Yeah, aren't you? If you can easily ignore someone who desperately needs help.
You are not really making sense.
Think about it. She's good at house chores. Wouldn't she be a great help for us, since we're both busy working and all?
Well, yeah. We are both working, but you work from home, and you have more free time at home than I do. That's why I ask you to help out with the housework.
You are right. I do have more free time. But I think it'll help me work harder if Rachel came to help things out.
I thought your work isn't too busy right now.
If Rachel could do our house chores, I could feel more motivated to work harder on getting new clients.
Shouldn't you do that despite having Rachel around to begin with?
Well, you know, I have been taking on 70% of the house chores and you're only doing 30%. I always feel like I need to cut back on my workload because of that.
You think I'm only doing 30%? I think I'm doing more than that.
No, that's not true at all. You probably don't realize this because you're busy working outside. There are way more small chores to do than you realize.
Well, if you say so, but that doesn't mean I can agree on letting Rachel stay with us.
Why not? I don't see what the big deal is. It's only for the short term.
It is a big deal because I know it's not going to be short term, and I didn't say anything about you supporting her personally. I think I'm being very reasonable already.
We all have to help each other out when someone's in trouble.
I would never ask for such a favor from my friend if I were in her shoes, especially not to a married guy friend. I know she's in trouble, but it's a bit hard to understand.
I never thought you could be so heartless.
I never thought we would disagree on things like this either. Anyways, you have to come up with a different solution for her. Like I said, I'm never going to agree to this.
I have an idea if you're going to be that way.
What do you mean?
I think I'm going to stay out a bit longer tonight. I'm worried about Rachel. You could go ahead and eat supper by yourself.
Wait, John, are you planning on staying out for the night?
I don't want to be with someone who doesn't have a heart.
Hey, John, do you mind elaborating on this? Aren't you being too selfish?
You mean about how I brought Rachel home?
We talked about this. I don't want her staying with us.
I can't help it. She has nowhere else to go.
Have you even looked into the details on a woman's shelter? I heard that they help support women in these types of situations.
Why does she have to go to a shelter when she could stay with us? She could never relax in a place like that.
I know she's already here, and I can't suddenly kick her out or anything. But she has to find somewhere else to stay this week. I can't wait longer than that.
How can you say such a horrible thing? Do you realize how badly hurt she is?
I don't know the details of what happened between Rachel and her husband. And yeah, maybe it was her husband's fault like you say. But I still think she put herself in this situation herself. She should have asked for a divorce before she finds someone else. Then her parents wouldn't have cut her off like that.
What's the point of talking about what's already done?
Well, I know you can't change the past, but that doesn't mean you should do something I don't appreciate.
Miranda, have a heart. Rachel and I grew up together, so she's like family. Maybe for other people it seems like she made a bad mistake, but I want to be on her side even in that case.
I get where you're coming from, I really do. But you can't ignore my feelings like this. I'm sorry, but I still can't let her stay with us.
You still don't get it? I would consider getting a divorce if you keep acting this way.
What?
I'm that determined.
Oh, is that so? I didn't think you would bring up a divorce. You can do whatever you like then. But you should probably worry about yourself since you just lost your job.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is that there's no reason for my company to give you any more business ever again.
That's oppressive!
Who's being oppressive? Aren't you the one who's threatening divorce to get what you want?
But divorce and work are completely separate matters.
You have to understand that I give work to any illustrator that happens to be available. And I choose you only because you're my husband. Our company can always pick other illustrators to work with. You only got this work because you had me as a connection.
You're threatening me.
It's not like we have a long-term contract or anything. You could try suing us if you'd like, but I doubt you would be able to win.
I only want to help Rachel. I can't just leave her all alone when she's in trouble.
I have been having a difficult time understanding your selfish behaviors anyways. I mean, should there be any other person who's more important than a husband's wife?
Hey, Miranda, are you still not coming home?
Isn't Rachel there?
Well, yeah.
It's been a week, as we promised. The fact that you still have her there means you decided to prioritize her, right?
No, that's not the case. I was going to ask her to leave, but she was really down from what she went through, so...
So?
I'm sorry.
Saying sorry doesn't change anything.
Miranda, please. I want you to come home.
What makes you think that I would? In fact, I'm going to come by just to pick up my stuff. One of my colleagues helped me find a new place.
What? A new place?
Yeah, we are getting a divorce, aren't we? I'm going to need a new place to live.
I didn't mean that seriously.
So, you only said it to threaten me? That's even worse. Either way, that really disappointed me and made it easy for me to contemplate divorcing you.
Hold on a second. I don't want to get a divorce.
Do you even understand what's causing the situation we are in right now?
Please, I'll do anything. I will get more clients without completely relying on you. I'll make sure to pay any expenses related to Rachel.
Are you still talking about Rachel?
Well, because if I don't help her, she's...
Well, you can live happily ever after with Rachel then. I will stop by with all the paperwork we need for a divorce within the next few days or so.
No, I don't want to break up.
What? Aren't you the one who brought up divorce to begin with?
I told you I didn't mean it seriously.
That was something you should have never said. I can't stay married to someone who uses the divorce card so lightly, just as a tool to threaten me.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I'm way past the point where I would even consider forgiving you. And are you so blind that you can't even see how Rachel is just using you? What kind of woman cheats on her husband, gets dumped because of that, and also gets dumped by the guy she cheated with, and then asks her married guy friend to take her in after that?
She was just in shock from the divorce.
She's just refusing to take any responsibility for anything she did. Why do I have to provide support for a woman like that? She thinks she can just mooch off of people to survive, even if it means she's breaking up the other family. She wouldn't do that if she had any common sense. She knows that she caused us all these relationship issues and still has the nerve to stay in our house.
Don't say it like that. I'm sure she's just trying her hardest to overcome the situation.
I'm trying my hardest to overcome the situation too. Would you have cared about me more if I showed that I was hurt and heartbroken more obviously like she did? I was trying to work and live my life as per my usual self, but I was hurt.
I'm sorry.
It's too late for any apologies.
Okay, I'm going to ask Rachel to leave. And I will try to keep you away from all her troubles from now on. Does that sound good? Would you forgive me then?
Definitely not. The person I'm upset about the most is not Rachel. It's you.
I promise to listen to you about everything from now on. Please don't abandon me. How am I supposed to live without you?
I thought you said you were going to work harder to earn more? You can work hard and make enough money to provide for Rachel. Also, we always said we would both do the house chores equally, but I always have had to do more. Even for your job, you can never meet the deadlines and always asked me for help in the end. I have always supported you because you're my husband. But this was asking way too much, even for you.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure Rachel leaves. Miranda, I'm really sorry. I was taking you for granted. I was getting too selfish and wasn't thinking about you at all.
Too little, too late. I can't forgive you even if I wanted to, because apparently I don't even have a heart, right? You'll have to excuse me on that.
You're not heartless. You always cared for and thought about me.
You do remember you were the one who said those things to me, right? But I think you were the real heartless one here, because you chose to care more about another woman rather than someone who supported you by your side all these years. After that, I was able to divorce him. My ex-husband kept fighting for a while to try to avoid divorce. But in the end, he wasn't able to make Rachel leave and realized he had no right to fight the divorce as a result. He also had to give up his job as a freelancer and start working for some company to pay for the rent. He was just barely making ends meet, and apparently, he wasn't happy with Rachel for not doing anything all day at home, and they kept fighting with each other. In the end, Rachel met somebody else and left him. He finally realized who Rachel truly is after that, and he told her parents about the whole situation and where she is right now. Apparently, he completely cut off any relationship he had with her and regrets everything. I found out all of this from a letter he wrote me through our lawyers. But the only thing I thought after reading his letter was how stupid he is. I don't regret anything. It's nothing to do with me, even if he is regretting everything he did. I don't think we will ever get back together ever again. Since we got divorced, I was able to focus more on my work, and I'm really enjoying my single life. And my life got so much easier as well. John claimed that he was doing more house chores, but it was obvious that I was taking on more. I always had to deal with all the dishes and the laundry that he left out every night after I came home from work. But now that I'm alone, I only have to take care of myself. And I don't feel any unnecessary stress. And yes, maybe Rachel triggered this, but I feel like we would have broken up sooner or later anyways. I had chosen to support him and his career, but I learned that there is a limit to that. I don't have any time or space to heal my wound like Rachel did, but I have my family, friends, and coworkers who care about me. I will work hard for my career and remember to spoil myself from time to time. And completely forget about this nightmare and move on to find my own happiness again.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey Louis, a package just came for your mom. I'll send her a thank you message, but make sure you send one too, okay?
I'm gonna give that one a miss. Let me guess. Carrots? Potatoes? I wish she sent something we actually need every now and then.
Come on, don't be like that, you big grouch. Besides, we do need vegetables. Surely you notice them in the meals I cook you. We wouldn't eat nearly as many, if not for your mom's packages. What does your mom like? I know she's a big fan of cream cakes, but is there anything else? I want to give her a little something back. Our way of showing we're grateful, you know?
You don't have to bother doing that.
But how is it fair if we do nothing but take all the time? I feel guilty.
The only reason she sends enough vegetables to feed a small African village is because she always has so much left over. There are a lot of farmers in her village, and they're always giving her stuff. There's no way she could eat them all on her own, so we get her leftovers, that's all. She doesn't do it out of the goodness of her heart.
Does it really matter why she does it if we benefit as a result? I'm always really happy when her packages arrive.
You are? I wish I could say the same. Honestly, it feels like she's waging some kind of harassment campaign against us.
Huh? What makes you think that?
I get that you'd be pleased if she was saying things that were rare or valuable in some way. But we could get vegetables at the supermarket. They're hardly expensive.
I mean, I guess so, but still.
Not only that, but she keeps on sending us those homemade pickled onions of hers.
Yeah, I love them. I'm grateful for those too. Surely they're not part of this harassment campaign.
God, you just don't get it, Sadie. Think about it. It's obvious she's only doing this because she thinks you're not feeding me properly.
Wait, what? That's why?
Oh, come on, think about it. She knows you're a stay-at-home housewife. Why would she send homemade food if she thought the things you were cooking were up to standard?
Well, surely there could be all sorts of reasons. Some people just like making things for others. I don't know how to pickle onions myself. I mean, I'm sure it can't be that hard. I just never done it before. What's the harm in her sending them? I think it's nice. They're novel, you know? Your mom clearly knows what she's doing because they're delicious. I really appreciate the gesture. I don't think it's unusual for her to send them at all.
You know, Sadie, some would say you've got a positive outlook on life. Honestly, I think it's just naivety. I don't think I've ever met someone with their glass as half full as yours. You even interpret my mom's nastiness as goodwill.
I really don't think it's nastiness, Louis. If anything, I think you're the one who seems bitter lately. You always seemed just as pleased as I did about her gifts until last year. What changed?
You could say I grew wise to the word when I started hearing all these stories about mother-in-laws scolding their husbands' wives in the news and from people I know. It's an epidemic. I started seeing things my mom was doing in a different light. Now it's hard to entertain the idea that there's no malice behind any of it.
I don't know about an epidemic, but I guess you do hear stories about mother-in-laws from hell sometimes. It's only normal that there'd be friction though, right? It's like you go from not really knowing each other to suddenly being family and having to figure out some way to make things work overnight.
Are there problems between you and my mom?
Nope, none at all. I know we've been married a year and it's not like we live with her. But no, we're fine. Really. My thank you messages are basically the only interaction we have. I guess you could say the one thing that could potentially become a problem is that we interact so little that we barely know each other.
You know Dave from work? He told me the other day about his mom started bullying his wife the moment the two of them got married.
Yeah, you do hear about that kind of thing sometimes. But your mom really doesn't strike me as the kind of person to bully anyone. Least of all, me. Like I said, I know I don't know her that well, but she seems super kind and thoughtful.
I guess I'm pleased you think that. I'm just not so sure that's the whole picture is all. Anyway, this should go without saying. But nothing I say about my mom leaves this chat, okay? You can't ever mention any of this to her.
Of course, sweetie. It means a lot that you're worried about me. But I don't think you have any reason to be. Besides, I'm not the type of person to worry about things that aren't even happening. Haven't we got enough on our plate with the things that are?
You've got a great mindset, babe. Maybe I should take a leaf out of your book.
I appreciate the compliment. Oh yeah, what time will you be home from work today?
Sorry, babe. I think it's going to be a late one. Last train, I'm guessing.
I see. That's a shame. I was gonna make us nice hearty stew with all these fresh vegetables your mom sent. I guess I could still leave yours in the microwave. But will you be eating at work?
Yeah, that's the plan. Feel free to make some stew for yourself though, babe. I'll join you some other time.
Some other time. Right. Lewis, you've been coming home late an awfully lot recently. It seems like most days, actually. Will you be around on Saturday at least?
Sure. I'll make sure I'm home Saturday.
Great, please do, sweetie. I'd love it if we could spend a little time together every now and then. I kind of feel like I'm living on my own sometimes lately. Good luck at work. Catch you later.
Sadie, you there? I'm real sorry, babe. Something came up at the office. I'm going to be home late again.
Really? Again? You promised you'd be home early today.
Dave the doofus made the blunder of a lifetime, and now the whole office is on mandatory overtime to clean up the mess. We've got to rewrite about 2,000 documents. If they're not done by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, my boss's head's going to be on the chocolate clock, and by extension, mine too. Not only that, but 3 of the team are on vacation, and 1's on maternity leave right now, so things are a damn sight tighter than they should be.
Wow. I see. That sounds like quite the situation. Okay, I guess it can't be helped.
Oh, by the way, I got a message from my mom. I thought you should know what she said.
Oh yeah? What did she say?
Actually, I'm not sure if I should tell you this.
Cut it out, Lewis. You can't not tell me now. What did she say?
Well, she asked me if things are going well between me and you.
Oh, is that all? Isn't that a normal thing for a mother-in-law to ask? You had me worried for a sec there.
Then she started asking about kids. She asked if the reason we hadn't conceived yet was because you had something wrong with you. She wouldn't stop pestering me about how you might be infertile and whether it might be best if we booked in for IVF treatment. She was so persistent. It felt like an interrogation.
Well, what? She said those things? I never had her down as the interfering type. Is it really her place to put pressure on you like that? I guess she must really want grandkids, huh?
Isn't it a normal thing for any parent to want? Gah, no, you're right. There are such things as boundaries, and she overstepped them by asking me all that crap. Being probed like that was the last thing I needed with how things have been at work lately. I kinda lost my temper and told her to mind her own business. We haven't spoken since. I think it rubbed me up the wrong way after that mother-in-law from hell conversation we had lately. I couldn't help but wonder, is this how it starts?
I don't mind her asking about kids at all. But you're right. She had no right to ask if there's something wrong with me. What a cruel and insensitive question. Who the hell does she think she is?
Right? That's why it's all red. It's like, was she trying to upset you? I was thinking, who the hell does she think she is?
I wouldn't dwell on it, sweetie. I'm sure she got the message when you got mad with her. Thank you for sticking up for me. She probably just got carried away and asked you without thinking. I'm sure she regrets it now. Besides, I still have a long way to go as a housewife. It's only normal she'd have concerns.
Don't talk silly, babe. You're the best wife a man can hope for. You're perfect just the way you are, and don't let my meddling mother make you think otherwise. Damn, you really are kind. To think you're not even mad with her.
It's not that I'm kind. I am sad to hear she said those things about me. But still, what can I do? Getting mad never solved anything. So there's nothing for it but to take it in my stride and carry on doing my thing.
You're right. Anyway, I'm still not ready to start thinking about kids yet. Sure, we're not newlyweds anymore, but I still think it'd be nice if we could enjoy our time together a little longer before we lose it all on a childcare.
Our time together? We haven't spent time together in months, Louis.
I know, babe. Things should calm down at work soon, though.
Really? You mean that?
Yep. One of the girls is coming back from maternity leave soon. Plus, the bigwigs finally realized we couldn't go on like this, and they're going on a big recruitment drive. It's been a long time coming, but I can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I can't tell you how pleased I am to hear that, sweetie. Your mom might have a thing or two to say about us holding off on kids, but it's our lives we're talking about here, not hers. I think we should just focus on enjoying our time together. And if she does come at us with anything else, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What do you think? Of course, I'll carry on doing everything I can to win her approval. But we have to draw a line in the sand when it comes to major decisions like that.
I couldn't agree more, babe. That sounds great. Let's do it. I think she got the message why I got mad at her, so she should back off the time being at least. If she does say anything at you, I can only apologize in advance. Make sure you let me know if she does.
Don't worry, sweetie. I can assure you, I'll bitch and moan about her to you with all my might if she does.
Sounds good to me. Make sure you let me know straight away if she says anything. I'll put her right back in her place.
Hey, Louis. Is now a good time? Sorry to message you while you're at work. It's just, I got a message from your mom.
My mom? What did it say? Not something horrible, I hope.
I can't deny it seemed a little horrible. She told me not to bother coming home for Christmas this year.
Wow, seriously? God damn it. Listen, babe, I didn't tell you this, but she told me she thinks I should rethink my relationship with you the other day.
What? Rethink your relationship with me? What's that supposed to mean? No way. Surely she doesn't want us to get a divorce.
Well, she didn't say outright, but I think that was the implication. I'm sorry, Sadie. I should have told you this before, but she actually sends me crap like this every day.
Wow. It sounds like your mom really hates me. What did I do to deserve this? Did I do something to upset her?
No, don't even say things like that. You haven't done anything wrong. She's the aggressor here. To be honest, she's driving me crazy. She sends these stuff like this every day and shows those signs of stalking, and I'm not sure what to do. I can't exactly block her because she's my mom, but at the same time, I can't just let her keep saying all these hurtful things. It's taking a toll on me.
I'm the target here, Lewis. It feels a little worse on my end.
Yeah, of course. But I'm the one whose inbox gets bombarded with it every day.
Lewis, you don't agree with her, do you?
Of course I don't! I'm just not sure how to get her to back off without making things awkward between us.
If she hates me that much, why do I have to have anything to do with her at all? Maybe she'll back off if she understands I'm not willing to put up with it.
So what are you saying? That we should just cut her out of our lives? She's still my mom, Sadie.
I know that. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I'm saying I think you should break things off with her. Like you said, you're her son. But if she hates me, I don't see any reason I should engage with her. At least, not while she's like this.
All I wanted was for you two to get along.
You think I didn't? I've been working so hard to win her approval since we got married. This is the last thing I want. But what choice do I have? I gotta say, this has really taken me off guard. I thought she'd back off after you got mad with her when she tried to pull her crap last time. But if anything, she's getting worse. What's gotten into her? Did you tell her to make more of an effort to get along with me? Something seems so fishy about all this.
Huh? You think so? I guess you're right. It took me by surprise as well. I was sure she'd ease off after last time. It's been really messy with my head. I've been finding it harder to focus at work.
I'm sorry to hear that, sweetie. It's only natural that it bothers you. I was super shocked myself. I know me and her have never really spoken much. But to find out she actively hates me was just... wow. But to tell you the truth, Lewis, I find the way you're acting over the whole... even stranger.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm stuck in the middle here. I'm trying to keep things civil while at the same time not trying to rile either of you up by being too on the fence. I feel like no matter what I do, someone's going to hate me. But to tell you the truth, Sadie, I can't help but wonder certain things.
Certain things?
Like why you couldn't build a healthy relationship with my mom.
How many times do I have to tell you? I tried my best. The way she's acting makes literally no sense. What did I do to deserve this? Did I do something to upset her?
No, I really don't think you did.
Then why are you acting like it's my fault?
I'm not, I swear. My mom's the one in the wrong here. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to make any apologies for the way she's acting. But I guess I can't deny I'm a little disappointed at how easily you seem to be willing to give up on making things work with her. It's like when the going gets tough, you just walk away. She's still my mom.
Lewis?
I won't be coming home tonight.
What? Why?
I need some time to clear my head. Sorry, babe, but I need some time to think. If my mom sends you any more messages, don't worry about replying. Just ignore them. I'll tell her to back off just in case. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's for the best if you stop having anything to do with her.
Why, hello, Sadie dear. It's Lewis's mother, Esther.
Huh? Esther?
Yes, dear. I purchased a new phone recently. I'd appreciate it if you message me on this number from now on.
New number. Got it.
I'm sure you must have heard from Lewis already. But hasn't this whole farce dragged on far too long?
What do you mean?
Your marriage to my son. I never liked you from the get-go. I knew you weren't right for my boy the moment I laid eyes on you.
Wow, really?
Yes, really. I tried to get you to take the hint indirectly, but it seems you're too much of a dullard for the subtle approach. That aloof, nonchalant attitude of yours makes me sick.
Huh.
Now, your attitude would be bad enough on its own, but I fear you've proven incapable of even basic things like cleaning the house and cooking my son's meals. If you ask me, you should make more of an effort to provide for his needs as a man of the house. That means taking cookery courses so he can eat like a king, and foot massages every morning the moment he wakes up. Your mother-in-law is talking to you here, Sadie. I've heard enough of these brain-dead 50 IQ responses. If you have anything between those ears of yours, you'll start responding coherently and afford me the respect I deserve this instant. God, I knew it. I was right about you. Divorce my son. That's an order. He's out of your league. You're nothing but a drain on his precious time and energy.
Your son? Who are you?
What a stupid question. I'm your mother-in-law, obviously. I wouldn't be saying these things if I wasn't.
My mother-in-law? What? No, really, who are you?
Sadie! If you don't stop making fun of me, I'll make sure it's the last thing you ever do. That's it! You had the chance to make things right, and you blew it, doofus! Forgive me. Well, I meant to say that you're making a grave mistake here, dear. My Louis is a good boy who does whatever I tell him to. I'll see to it that he divorces you if it's the last thing I do.
Fine. Divorce it is.
Huh?
Don't you even feel a little embarrassed about what you're doing?
What do you mean? I have nothing to be embarrassed about, dear.
You can drop the act now, dear. I know it's you, Louis. What the hell are you doing? Did you seriously go out of your way to buy a new phone to do this?
Have you lost your mind, young lady? I don't know what you mean. I am not Louis.
You know, you might have fooled me, but you see, Louis, I just so happen to be with your mom right now. That's right. The woman you're pretending to be is currently sat right next to me.
Huh?
We were just talking about mine and your future. I'll be coming home soon, so I need you to wait for me. We need to discuss the divorce.
Do not talk nonsense, young lady. I am not sat next to you right now. I'm sat comfortably in my armchair with a cup of coffee. I was knitting and watching the soap operas before this rather unpleasant discussion.
Me and my mom have been talking all about you. You tried to turn me and her against each other, didn't you?
Are you really with my mom right now?
Yippee! Did you finally stop impersonating her? I'll admit it, I'm surprised, Louis. I never thought you were this much of a moron. Can we drop the pathetic games now?
Answer my question.
I know everything. You've been trying to make me think your mom hates me for a while now. Me and Esther just had a long heart-to-heart. And it turns out you're doing the exact same thing to her behind my back. You told her I hated her, that I've been calling her every name under the sun, and that I never wanted to see her again for as long as I lived, that I thought she was ugly, etc., etc.
No, I never say any of those things to her.
I'd just like to remind you that she sat next to me as we speak and can see all of your messages. So how about you cut the crap and start telling the truth? You were intentionally trying to cause problems between me and your mom.
Why would I do something like that? Can you think of a single reason I have for trying to make you hate each other? That's just crazy talk, babe.
You're right. It sounds crazy. We didn't understand it either. It didn't make any sense at all, at least on the surface. But then we did some digging and found out you're cheating on me. You did all of this so I'd break up with you, and you wouldn't look like the bad guy.
I am not cheating on you.
I just told you, Louis. We did our research. I'm not pulling this out of thin air. If it's proof you want, we have plenty. Imagine my surprise when I found out your lover has no idea you're married.
Did you say something to Tegan?
What does that have to do with anything? Me and your mom are furious with you. You lied and tried to manipulate me into breaking up with you by causing problems between me and your mom. If your mom had extended an olive branch by calling me in an attempt to clear the air between us, we would have carried on, thinking we both hated each other, and you might have actually gotten your way.
My mom called you?
Yes, she did, a few weeks ago, which means I already knew something fishy was going on by the last time you said she was bad-mouthing me. I went along with it because we were still gathering evidence back then, but I knew you were lying. So, go on, Lewis. I'll give you one chance to explain yourself.
I just, please, babe, it's not what you think. I want you to know that I never meant to hurt you. In fact, it was precisely because I didn't want to hurt you that I did this. I mean, let's face it, you would have been destroyed if I told you I was in love with another woman. I thought if we had to divorce due to my mom, it wouldn't sting so much.
Seriously, Lewis? You're still trying to divorce me? Whatever the reason, a divorce is a divorce. And I would have still been hurt. The only reason you did this was to protect your own reputation. You know what everyone would have thought of you if they knew you cheated on me. So you lied, cheated, and deceived to stop people finding out. Then, you could have remarried your lover without a hint of criticism. After all, it couldn't be helped if you were pressured into the divorce by your mom, right?
I'm so sorry, babe. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you. It's not like I hated you or anything. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you I've fallen for another woman. I didn't want to break your heart. I didn't want to see you hurt. I didn't want to see you cry. Is that so wrong of me?
Do you actually believe any of this crap? Because I can't believe what I'm reading. You didn't want to see me hurt, but you convinced me my mother-in-law hated my guts? How do you think that felt? You hurt me more than anyone ever did. As if hurting me wasn't enough, you did the same exact thing to your mom. Then you went as far as buying a new phone to trick me into thinking she wanted us to get a divorce with a torrent of hateful messages. I'll never forgive you for this.
You'll never forgive me? What does that mean, babe? You're not going to do anything drastic, are you?
No, I'm not going to do anything drastic at all. I'm going to make the only reasonable move there is in this situation. We're getting a divorce. I'll also be suing you for compensation and having a chat with your lover. She might not know you're married, but cheating is cheating.
Whoa. Can we just slow down for a sec there? Divorce is going too far. Please, babe, just calm down. I admit I screwed up. I'm an idiot for what I did, and I'll never try and argue otherwise. But divorce? Really? Surely we can talk this through. Can we do that? Pretty please, with a cherry on top?
Why do I have to do anything you ask me? You cheated on me, Lewis. What the hell did you expect? A thank you present and declarations of undying love? Oh yeah, your mom said she's disgusted with you and no longer considers you her son. She's breaking off all ties with you and you'll never see or hear from her again after today. We also gave your boss a call and told him you've been cheating on me all this time, citing dire circumstances at the office as your excuse to disappear for entire evenings.
You rang my boss? Why would you?
You met your lover through work, didn't you? She's one of your customers. A married employee having an affair with a customer? I'm sure you'll agree it's not the best PR.
Oh man, I really screwed up, didn't I? I can't tell you how sorry I am, babe. I am filled with nothing but regret, shame, and disgust with myself. You deserve better. I'm so sorry. I admit it. I've been a lying scumbag, a treacherous lowlife. But I'll never betray you again, and I mean that. I'm sorry. Please, you have to undo this. Call my boss back and tell me it was all a prank, or a misunderstanding, or something.
What a surprise. As usual, all you care about is yourself. We're coming to the house now. Wait there. Your mom's about to give you the dressing down of a lifetime. Shortly after that, me and Lewis's mom arrived at the house. The sight of her screaming at her wayward son with the rage of 1,000 sons, and him collapsing on the floor in floods of tears, is something I'll never forget. He said sorry about 1,000 times, but of course, it was too little too late. Esther then forced him to sign the divorce papers and pay me compensation. We didn't have to get any lawyers involved because he was so terrified of his mom that he gave me the money willingly. Lewis's relationship with his lover fell apart when she found out he'd been lying to her about being married the whole time. To make his situation worse, his boss demoted him and filed for him to be immediately transferred away from HQ to a rural branch in the middle of nowhere after I told him what he'd been up to behind closed doors. I don't know what made him think he had a chance, but Lewis kept showing up at the house, begging me to take him back. I guess having lost everything, he thought I was the last person he'd be able to rely on. Obviously, I called the police immediately and had him arrested for disturbing the peace. I can't exactly say the neighbors were pleased to hear the sounds of "Take me back, Sadie!" accompanied by frantic banging on the door at 2 a.m. in the morning. Naturally, I blocked him too. I was shocked at first when I found out about the affair and how he tried to make me and his mom hate each other. But now, I'm grateful I saw his true colors sooner rather than later. Who knows, maybe if he wasn't such a moron, he would have actually gone away with it. The way I see it, I dodged a bullet. Esther's no longer my mother-in-law since the divorce, but we're still in regular contact, and I'm proud to call her my friend. It's kind of ironic given how things seemed between us back then. Just a few days ago, I received another package full of vegetables and a jar of her famous pickled onions. I wasn't very lucky when it came to my husband, but his mom's great. I guess it's just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. To tell you the truth, I'm still not totally over what happened. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from moving forward and building a new life for myself. We all deserve happiness, and it's time I found my little slice.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Peep texts! Hey, Boone! You were late today, weren't you? Why the hell are you going to lunch with everyone else? You don't get lunch today. Pick up your damn phone. You owe me an hour. You can't seriously think you get a lunch after showing up late. Good afternoon, Mr. Abrams. Apologies. I left my seat for a few minutes to call the hospital to check on the old lady this morning. I'll be back immediately. I see. That's right. Your excuse for being late today was that you were helping someone in a medical emergency, wasn't it? Something about some old hag collapsing while you were on your way to work? You gave her CPR and sat in the back of the ambulance with her. Did I miss anything? That's how it went, right? That's right. There was an old lady lying on the floor at the train station. She looked seriously unwell. I tried speaking to her, but she was unresponsive, so I performed CPR. Luckily, she came around, and then I called an ambulance. Is this seriously the story you're going with? Even high school kids don't use crappy excuses like this anymore. You should have just said you overslept. I might have actually believed you then. Mr. Abrams, it's the truth. I understand it might sound like an excuse because it's not exactly the sort of thing that happens every day, but it's true. I never imagined I'd get wrapped up in something this dramatic either. Yeah, I've heard it enough. I get the gist of your story now. I just don't believe it, truant boy. Truant boy Boone! It's got a ring to it! You're a real pansy, you know that, truant boy? You call yourself a man? You always try to evade responsibility like some pitiful worm. Really grinds my gears. The way you go around the office with that stupid grin on your face, brown-nosing everyone. You're such a suck-up. Why not just be a man about it and admit what you did? To top it off, you tried pulling the wool over my eyes with the lamest excuse I've heard this decade. Don't you feel embarrassed? It's not really like that. Look, you can't even defend yourself properly. Why? Because I'm right. You're surprisingly stupid for someone who graduated from the world-famous Peeps University. Did you bribe them for your degree? Anyone can see you only got hired at this company in the first place due to the university you studied at. You're not fooling me though, truant boy. I'm a firm believer in meritocracy. I'll get rid of anyone who doesn't make the grade without thinking twice. Even if you can study, what use is it if you can't apply it in the real world? You're playing with the big boys now, truant boy. You should have tried harder. I'm sorry, Mr. Abrams. I'll do my utmost to ensure I live up to your expectations from now on. Don't kid yourself. I don't expect anything from a dud like you. I already recommended the top brass fire you, so it's too late anyway. What? I'm gonna get fired? Surely no matter which way you look at it, this is going overboard. Why? Think about it. Being late signals a poor attitude towards work and disrespect towards the company. I'm a section manager, and 90% of the people I recommend for the chopping block end up being sent packing. At the very least, can you put in some effort before your dismissal notice comes? Use this as your final opportunity to do some good work for a change. Try not to let Peeps University down by becoming a complete failure. They're counting on you, truant boy. Boone, what time can I expect to see those files I asked you to get done? They should be done within the hour. Great. That leaves plenty of time then. Plenty of time? I need you to format, edit, check, and submit the PowerPoint slides in my shared folder. Just to confirm, do you mean you want all this done today? Yes, today. Why? Is that gonna be a problem? There's no easy way to tell you this, so I'm just gonna come out with it. I'm celebrating an important occasion with my family today, so I'll be leaving at my regular home time. Besides, even if I got started on the files right now, it's doubtful I'd get them done by the end of the day. Is tomorrow really not possible? An important celebration with your family? You can do that whenever you like. And I need these files dealt with today, so you don't have permission to leave early. It's a man's job to work and make money. You can deal with your insignificant family crap once you've submitted the files. Your family can wait, but your job can't. Oh, and it would be in your best interest not to lie and try to wiggle your way out of doing your duties. You miserable worm. You know full well you can get this done by the end of today. This is a direct order. Do I make myself clear? Please, sir, it's not that I'm saying my job isn't important. Not at all. But to tell you the truth, my family are more important than work. I can't in good conscience do overtime if it means letting them down. Once again, sir, I must insist, even if I was to get started on those files you asked me for right now, they would absolutely, beyond any doubt, take me past home time. Finally, this company doesn't operate on an overtime policy, so I have no obligation to do what you're asking me to from a contractual standpoint. Now, sir, I mean this with the utmost respect, but I just took a look at the files you asked me to complete, and the deadline doesn't seem to be anywhere near as pressing as you seem to be suggesting it is. Are you answering me back again? You just don't give up, do you? Man, am I pleased I advised the higher-ups to fire you. This place is gonna run so much more efficiently with you gone. So, you did report me then? The way I see it, there's one more huge advantage of getting rid of you, which I'm really looking forward to see in effect. Everyone in the department's gonna be so terrified they're next, and so worried about being in my bad books, I'll have my own personal army of obedient worker drones. I can't wait to make an example out of you. They'll be practically begging me for extra work. It's gonna be great! The sooner you're out of here, the better. Huh? You're doing this to make an example of me? It's not really that, but it's a big part of it. And really? Huh? That's how you speak to your direct supervisor? Who the heck do you think you are, worm? Are you getting an attitude with me, your boss? Sir, I don't have an attitude. The fact of the matter is, you were late. Now here's the thing. You're useless at the best of times. So really, this is just what I've been waiting for. You talk back to me at every opportunity. You don't do your job. And you're so arrogant, you prevent me from doing mine. You're an obstruction. An obstructive worm. I just can't wait for your name to get called out by HR. I'm almost disappointed I won't be able to watch the announcement in person. I'd bring popcorn. I'm done talking to you. Bye, delinquent. Hey, Worm Boy, are you alive? I heard you got called into the CEO's office. Did he do it? Did he fire you? Actually, we did talk at great length about a certain person's dismissal. I knew it! LOL! Sucks to be you! I guess I was wrong. I thought HR would deal with you, but it looks like Word made it right to the top instead. Looks like I wasn't the only one in this company who was sick of your attitude, huh? Imagine getting fired after trying to play the saint with some lazy excuse. You're so lame. Out of all my subordinates, past and present, you're probably the lamest dude I've ever managed at this company. My stomach hurts. Do you seriously think I'd fire the man who saved my mother's life? Who the hell do you think you are to act like this at my company? Huh? What's this? What are you even talking about, Worm Boy? Did you lose your mind? Did you finally crack under all the pressure? Phone call, 10 seconds. As I just told you on the phone, you need to get back at the office at once. Mr. President, sir, why are you? Did I not just tell you? Boone saved my mother's life. I heard about how you were sending him all sorts of unpleasant messages using your company phone. So I asked him to pass me his. I'm sorry, sir. I'm really sorry, but I'm not sure what you mean. What does Boone have to do with your mother, sir? You're aware of why Boone was late the other day, are you not? Yes, I'm aware. Then you know full well what I mean, Sam. Go on, take a shot in the dark. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Other than something about helping an elderly person, I don't remember. The elderly person was my mother. Oh, I see. That explains everything. Wow, to think Boone saved your beloved mother's life. He's such a hero. What an incredible, selfless man. That's right, he is. I'll admit that there are times when the quality of his work can leave a little something to be desired. But putting that aside, he's a good man with a good heart. It's an honor to have him at my company, and I intend to keep him here as long as possible. Yes, as you say, sir. My own thoughts echo your sentiments. I've always said this about him. He's a great man. A real pleasure to be around. We're lucky to have him. The longer he's with us, the better, I say. What the hell are you talking about, Sam? From what I've heard, you didn't believe him in the slightest. Not only that, but you attempted to use his lateness that day as pretext to have him fired. No. That's all wrong. Which part is wrong? Well, you see, the thing is, Mr. Benson, I saw the report you filed with HR about how you claimed his attitude towards work is poor, about how he lacks the skills required to do his job properly. Ring any bells? When I had HR conduct an investigation, it turns out the reality was the exact opposite of what you wrote. His reputation is stellar, one of the best at the company. So, I think it's fair to say that what you've done here is file a false report, isn't it? No! It's not fair to say that at all! In fact, it couldn't be more unfair! Boone's got everyone fooled! He's been bullying and harassing me in secret this whole time! Are you just making excuses? That's funny. Judging from the chat logs, I could have sworn you hated people who try to worm their way out of things and dodge responsibility. You call yourself a man? And please, Boone bullying and harassing you? Do you have a shred of evidence to back that up? By that, do you mean he just had the courage to correct your mistaken opinions? Are subordinates not supposed to give their opinions to the boss? I'm sure that's the world you'd like to live in. Are your staff disqualified from telling you what they think or being honest when they're not capable of doing something simply by the virtue of the fact that they're lower down on the chain of command than you? Does your job consist of treading on and oppressing subordinates more talented than yourself? No, not at all. Please, sir, I'm being set up. To make matters worse, I've had reports from HR that you've been throwing your weight around the other employees in the department too. I've received several reports that you've tried to make an example of Boone to keep your other employees in line, and people have been treading on eggshells around you. I haven't just heard this from one or two people either. Almost all of the employees in your department are concerned and dissatisfied with the way you've been conducting yourself lately. What's your excuse this time? Mr. Benson, I'm deeply sorry. I accept what you say, and there may be some room for improvement in the way I conduct myself at work. I won't make an excuse. What I've done is inexcusable, which is why I'm begging you, please, to be merciful and make my punishment as lenient as you can. You admit wrongdoing then? That you submitted a false report against another employee? That you abused your position of authority at this company to make the working environment needlessly stressful and difficult for your employees? Yes, I'm deeply sorry, sir. I see. That's good. If you admit wrongdoing, I'm satisfied. Mr. President, thank you so much! However, just because I'm satisfied with your admission doesn't mean you're getting away with it. I only meant I'm satisfied with the matter that Boone is now settled. That said, there's the matter of all the other employees you hounded and harassed into resignation. What do you have to say for yourself about that? Excuse me? That's right. A large number of employees from your department handed in their resignations recently. I made sure to receive testimonies regarding your conduct from every single one of them. Testimonies claiming you were harassing them. Every single one of them. I don't know a thing about that. The timing was perfect. Just as you were about to call into my office to discuss the issue of mass resignations, I got word on how you'd been acting towards Boone. Tell me, Sam, where are you right now? You're awfully late. What's taking so long? I've been rushing back to the office the moment you called me. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm going as fast as I can. I'll be there really soon. Please, just hold on a little longer. You wouldn't lie to me, would you, Sam? It's the truth! Interesting. Is that hamburger tasty? The window. Behind you. When I headed out to the store to buy myself a drink after I handed Mr. Benson my phone, I spotted Mr. Abrams in a restaurant 30 seconds away from the office, with a hamburger in one hand and his phone in the other. Given the situation, I thought it was best to report it to Mr. Benson. By that point, Mr. Abrams was so late back from his lunch that we decided we should go out and look for him. When he realized the company president was standing right behind him, he darted outside the restaurant faster than I thought it was possible for any human being to move. He was swiftly taken to the president's office, where all of the ex-employees who accused him of misconduct were waiting. With that, the meeting began. As his past misdeeds were laid before the president one by one, Mr. Abrams sat nervously in the corner, biting his nails and sweating profusely. His punishment? Amazingly, he didn't get fired, but he was demoted back down to the rank of a regular employee. Normally, offenses this severe would lead to dismissal, but it seems like Mr. Benson didn't feel comfortable letting a man like Sam Abrams loose on society. On top of that, as the one who promoted him to the position of power in the first place, he also felt a degree of responsibility. After the meeting, he said he intended to whip his errant subordinate back into shape himself. To Mr. Abrams, an ex-section manager with a lot of pride and a big ego, I think being demoted and suddenly being on equal footing with me and the other regular employees was even more painful for him than losing his job. I found out later that Sam Abrams had a long history of harassing his subordinates, and had been doing it since before I joined the company. In total, he'd caused almost 10 employees to quit. These employees all received compensation in the form of a lump sum deducted from Mr. Abrams' salary. The man himself is currently holed away in a tiny room at the back of the office, working as a member of the clerical staff, and is occasionally required to do odd jobs around the building for the other employees. There's something deeply satisfying about the man who used to make your life a living hell being forced to make you cups of coffee. LOL. Obviously, he deserves everything and is only himself to blame, so I don't have an ounce of sympathy for him.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Oh, sorry, Zach. Take care of Anna for me, will you?
Anna's fine. It's a friend's funeral, right? Go and take your time. Yeah, thanks. Oh, I don't know what I would do without you. I'll get home as soon as possible.
Got it. I'll take care of things.
Thanks again. The diapers and powdered milk are on the table. I also wrote down what needs to be done on a note. Take a look at it if you don't know what to do. I'll bathe her when I come back, so...
I get it. You've said this over and over already.
But it's your first time taking care of Anna on your own, right? Usually you're too busy with work.
Anna's a well-behaved baby, so it should be fine. I'll look it up on the internet if there's something I don't know.
Well, I guess. Call me immediately if something happens, alright? I'll get home as soon as possible if so.
Yeah. You really do worry too much.
But, oh, I really can't help but worry.
You already did all the preparation before going, and Anna's still asleep. You know what? I should go and take a nap with Anna.
Really? I guess that's fine, but just don't sleep next to her, alright?
What? Why not?
You might crush her in your sleep. Things like that happen more often than you might think.
All right, I got it. Anna will sleep in her cradle, and I'll sleep on the couch.
Check if she has milk and change her diapers when you wake up, alright?
Mrs. Jones, is everything all right? I'll come and help you if you need some help, okay?
Miss Carter, what is it suddenly?
I'm pretty sure Anna's been crying for at least 1 hour now. She usually doesn't cry, so... She's crying pretty loudly. Is everything all right? I'm sorry if I'm just bothering you, though. I just couldn't ignore it.
An hour? Are you sure that's our house?
What? Isn't she crying? Are you at home?
Actually, I'm not home right now.
What? You're not at home?
Yes, I'm currently at an acquaintance's funeral and left my husband, Zach, at home to take care of Anna. Oh, something must have happened if she's been crying for an hour now. I'll ask Zach about it.
I see. You should call your husband as soon as possible. Maybe Anna's having trouble with the new environment. I could go and help if you like.
Thanks, that would really help a lot.
It's nothing. I can't just ignore it, can I? Sorry if I'm being too nosy.
Zach, is Anna all right? I got a text from our neighbor, Mrs. Carter, saying that Anna's been crying really loudly for an hour now. Text me as soon as possible, all right? Zach, is everything all right over there? Miss Carter says she'll come by and help if you're having trouble. Text me as soon as you see this, all right? Zach? What are you doing? Oh, did something happen? Answer me, please. Miss Carter, my husband won't answer my calls. Can you still hear Anna crying?
Yep, she's still crying. Your husband won't answer?
Yes. Oh, he usually answers my text immediately, but I doubt he's still asleep when Anna's crying right next to him. Oh, what should I do? I wonder if something's happened.
Maybe your husband's collapsed or something?
What? Oh, I hope not.
It's strange that he won't answer, isn't it? Something must have happened. Should I go and check on your house, Mrs. Jones?
Will you do that for me, please?
You should come home as soon as possible, Mrs. Jones.
What happened?
I rung the doorbell, but no one's answering. There's no car in the garage either. Only your husband had a license, right?
The car's gone? What?
Yes, the car's gone, but I can still hear Anna's cries from inside the house. I took a peek inside through the window near the backyard, but it doesn't look like your husband is there.
What? He's not home? But why? Anna's still crying, right? He wasn't there the whole time? What should I do?
Calm down, Mrs. Jones. I'm here to help, so calm down. I'll do what I can to help. When will you be able to get here?
Oh, it'll take at least an hour, even if I hurry. What to do? I should probably call the police, right? I don't know what I'll do if something happens to Anna.
1 hour, huh? I'm sorry, Mrs. Jones, but do you mind if I break the window glass? It's been quite some time since I noticed something was wrong, and there's really no time to wait. It would be quicker if I just went it than if you called the police.
Yes, do it! I don't mind if you break the glass, so just get in there and see what's happening, will you please? Oh, I'm really so sorry. I'll get there as soon as I can.
Mrs. Jones, I brought Anna over to my house. Don't worry, she's alright. It looks like her throat's dry from crying too much though. I changed her diapers and gave her some milk, so she should be fine.
Is that so? I'm glad she's fine, I guess. Truly, I am in your debt.
He wasn't home, and it looks like he still hasn't returned either.
The car was gone, so I guess it has to be expected. Will you take care of Anna for me a bit longer, please? I know I'm causing you a lot of trouble. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Of course I'll take care of her. Don't worry about it. I'm just glad Anna's alright. It looks like she tired herself out though. She drank some milk and looks like she's about to fall asleep now.
I see. Oh, thank you again so much for your help. I don't know what I would have done without you.
It's fine, really. Anna's the one who had a hard time, not me. Just come home quickly and give her a hug, will you?
Yes, thank you so much.
Mary, it's an emergency! What should I do?
What's wrong? You left Anna alone and haven't replied to my text in hours.
That's not important right now! We've been robbed!
Robbed?
Yep, the house was robbed while I was gone. The window's been broken. Anna's gone too. She was in the cradle when I left.
And?
What do you mean, and? We've been robbed, don't you get it? I get home and I find the house like this.
You got home and you found the house was robbed and that Anna was gone?
I'm telling you that's what happened. I'm calling the cops, all right? Anna's been kidnapped too.
No need to call the police. Anyways, you're telling me that you left Anna alone in the house and went off somewhere? Where did you go?
I just went to the convenience store nearby. And when I get home, the window was broken and Anna isn't there.
The convenience store nearby? You were away for a few minutes and all that happened, you say?
Yes! All I did was go to the convenience store.
You went to the convenience store that's a 4-minute walk from our house by car and have been there since noon? What were you doing at the convenience store for that long?
What? How do you know I left at noon?
Our neighbor, Mrs. Carter, heard Anna crying and checked on the house. She says you weren't there and that the car was gone. We were so worried that something might have happened to Anna, so I asked her to break the window and check on her. It's not a robbery. Anna and I are now at my parents' house.
So it wasn't a robbery?
Miss Carter told me something was wrong, so I came home as soon as possible. I texted you at noon, didn't I? Miss Carter was worried since Anna's cries wouldn't stop, which is why she called. You didn't see my texts?
Oh, I didn't notice.
It's loud at the casino, I guess, huh?
What? The casino?
You lose awareness of your surroundings when you focus, right? No wonder you didn't notice my texts.
I really just went to the convenience store for a few minutes.
Oh, do you really think I'll believe that? You're telling me you went to the convenience store even after you noticed Anna was gone? I'm impressed at your lies.
But it's true. Why wouldn't you believe me?
Oh, just cut it out, will you? It seems that this hobby of yours is more important than your own daughter. I heard from someone that they saw you at the casino you always go to.
What? Who said that? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I couldn't contact you, so I asked your friends whether they had seen you or not. Someone said they saw you at the casino, so I went over to take a look. And then I found your car in the parking lot. I really couldn't believe it.
So you caught me. That's what I get for not checking my phone.
You left your infant child to go to the casino! Just what were you thinking?
But she's fine, right?
She's fine? I fail to see what part of the situation is fine.
She's still an infant who can't walk, so who cares if I leave her in the house alone? It's not like something would have happened, you know? She was asleep anyways.
Just what are you talking about? Didn't you think that she might wake up and start crying? She can't do anything on her own, you know? Honestly, the nerve you must have to leave your infant daughter alone in the house for hours to go to the casino. I just can't believe it. What were you planning on doing if something had happened to Anna?
Ugh, what is it with you? You shouldn't have left me with Anna in the first place if you're gonna be this strict with me.
What? Do you even understand what you just did?
Huh? But nothing happened, didn't it? Our neighbor, too, was way too tense. Why'd she have to break the window? She didn't even clean up her mess.
What? Are you an idiot? Everything was fine only because Miss Carter came and helped. Do you really not understand even after all I said? I am not coming back to that house anymore.
What? Why?
I can't live with someone who would just do what you did without the slightest regret. You don't even think what you did was wrong, do you? And you even have the nerve to get mad.
Huh? I'm saying that I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're the one who left your infant daughter alone for half a day because he wanted to go to the casino, right? Just what were you thinking? I'm going to be telling your parents about what happened, okay? I'm even considering divorce.
What? What are you talking about? You're making such a big deal out of this.
The fact that you think that this isn't a big deal is enough reason for me to leave you. You know that babies are weak and need their parents to take care of them, right? They can't even walk or drink milk on their own. Luckily, nothing happened this time, but you should consider what might have happened in the worst case scenario.
But it'll be hard for you if we get divorced, you know? What will you do?
I'm pretty sure continuing to live with someone like you will be much harder, if not outright dangerous.
Reconsider this, please. I'll be more careful from now on.
No thanks. I just can't believe what you say anymore. I don't want to see your texts or your face anymore. Anna and I are already tired and want to go to bed. So, goodbye then.
Wait! What should I do about the window? I don't take care of things on my own, you know? Don't leave me!
What are you saying? You'll be fine. You can walk and cook for yourself, right? It'll be fine if I just leave you there at the house. I decided to divorce Zach after that. Of course, I'm the one who took custody of Anna and am now living a normal life with the help of my parents. Thanks to Miss Carter, Anna is healthy and is quickly getting big. Once things settled down after the divorce, I went to give her my thanks. Apparently, one day she heard a bunch of shouting. It must have been Zach's parents scolding him for what he did. He used the money he had saved up and the money he got by selling the house on my alimony and on child support. Apparently, Zach's father was a very strict person and couldn't forgive him for what he did. So, he forced Zach to quit his job and became a monk at a local temple. Apparently, the temple was known for being really strict and old-fashioned. Zach couldn't take it and tried many times to escape, but was always immediately caught, it seems. He continues to do the grueling work given to him by the temple to this day. I pray that he is reborn a better person.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.